Today we're covering 40-Year-Old Virgin from 2005.
¿Cómo se llama? No, Kelly Clarkson!
Steve Carell, he's coming off season 1 of The Office that actually wasn't doing great.
Every time black people want to have a good time, some ignorant ass.
David, obviously played by Paul Rudd, who has a big problem with the in-store music.
Nothing against him, but if I hear Yamo be there one more time, I'm going to Yamo burn this place to the ground.
Yeah, you can't use him too much because once his knife's been taken out of his boot.
I can't return it until it has spilled blood.
You know how I know you're gay? Yeah. You like Coldplay.
This is our 100th episode we've recorded.
Cool.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Cue music.
Yo, answer this question. Are you a virgin? Are you a virgin?
Yeah, not since I was 10.
Dude, new pants. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Be Kind. Let's Rewind, the nostalgia podcast no one asked for. Today, we're covering 40-Year-Old Virgin from 2005.
I'm shy!
We're talking 20 years, boys. And I've got to say off the bat, we talked about it off air. This is probably our most quoted movie of all time.
Yeah, I don't know how we pick a favorite quote from this.
You don't?
I don't know either.
I mean, like, how deep do you have to go? You know what I'm saying? Like to get the different quotes and stuff.
Not very deep for me, unfortunately.
You're lucky, like on We Are the Millers. She's a shallow vagina. Can't use tampons. Yeah. So anyway, first place I saw this one, man, was movie theaters. I don't remember who I was rolling in there with, but I remember me and the boys. It was 2005, I believe. I was living with my dad.
I live with my dad.
It was a good time. I live with my dad.
You live with your dad.
But yeah, so man, it was. I remember walking out of the theater. Two things I thought was that was funny as shit, and then I was like, "How the fuck can I talk like Paul Rudd and Seth Rogen in that movie? How can I be that quick-witted?" Like I was like, fucking fix that, man." Leaf, what about you?
Dude, this is one you and Gibb showed me, I'm fairly sure, at some point in time. I didn't see this in the theaters, and you guys were like, "You've got to." I missed it for whatever reason. You were like, you have to watch this. And I know I watched it with you and, a bunch of our friends. And of course it was legendarily hilarious and everyone laughed as if it was the first time they had ever seen it. And that's how dude, a good movie, man. Because a good
comedy, it's like that every fucking time, man.
I watched this movie, in the last 3 days, no less than 4 times, all the way through.
Yeah, same here.
And I laughed every fucking time, and I picked up like something different to laugh at too.
Yeah,
it's just nonstop.
So, did you see this in theaters too, Shauna?
I did. I went with my son's egg donor.
God, me so horny, girls, me so stupid.
So, despite that, I still had a great time watching this.
It must have to have an egg donor.
Egg donor, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
What is that, eggs?
Egg.
Looks like eggs.
Looks like eggs. Let's Chadwick for an eternity of... Dude, today I'm taking it back to the old school, drinking me some Coors Light. Although I do have some booze notes for this, where I was watching what they were drinking during the poker scene and stuff. So we will hit that on there, but I'm just going to take it easy and sleazy, man. Leaf, what about you?
Dude, I'm gonna kick it up one notch, dude. I've got Peter's Brand Classic, dude, a German imported
bastard
lager. Dude, and I can't wait.
Wait, what is that, Leaf?
Peter's Brand Classics.
I tried a German beer a while back. I cannot remember the name of it because I threw it away so quickly. But it was so bitter. I think the name of it was Bitter.
Did you have to actually cut it with a fork and a knife?
Y'all remember the bitter beer face guy?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Then it hits you.
Larry?
Whoa! Bitter beer face!
I
think so, yeah, dude.
Chadwick, what do you got, man?
Well, someone's going back on their promise and flooding us right now. So I have to keep my faculties in check. So
yeah.
I just finished off this bourbon.
It's empty. Your booze of the week is an empty bottle, dude.
Well,
No, he's got some. Yeah, so he just poured it out, but he just finished the bottle. You got to finish the glass. Also, shout out to our Rewinder of the month, Rob. Sup, man? I know he's got his swag. Happy camper, man. Thanks again for all the support.
Dude.
If you want to be our Rewinder of the month, hit us up in the comments. We actually replacements been blowing up in the comments, man. So
y'all like that
hit
movie,
us up.
man.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, motherfucker!
Hit us up in the comments, man. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm not going to hold you over a barrel this week to like. You get a week off. It's okay. But guys, 40-year-old virgin, 20-year anniversary. And more importantly, guys, guess what? This is our 100th episode we've recorded. 100 episodes from Be Kind, Let's Rewind. Couldn't have picked a more perfect movie by just happenstance. Really? It's when the universe aligns. They're like, we're going to do all this cool shit for you. You're just never going to make any money.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to flood your basement, Chris.
As punishment for your sins, dude.
Yeah,
The podcast.
I stand by it.
After all those jokes about flooding her infield.
I know, dude. That turns out I'm recording from the Dagobah system. Electronic lights, a computer, standing water on my floor. What could possibly go wrong? So, anyway, 100 episodes. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much for all the support. And thank you, Leaf and Chadwick, man. Been fucking fun. And
brothers,
we're going to keep on keeping on.
I've had such a good time. Shout out to all the people that support us, everyone that comments. You mean the world to us. If you've been considering, thinking about commenting, saying something, just do it. Like, we absolutely love to get comments from y'all, like, and encouragement. And I mean, even criticism. I mean, Chadwick doesn't. He literally broods at night alone with like a lit cigarette in a dark room with a glass of whiskey. But
he's ready.
He's ready.
I promised that woman I'd find her daughter. I made a solemn oath.
Dude, all right, man. The solemn oath that we have today is to do our best not to quote this entire fucking movie, which is going to be rough, but we're going to do our best, man. So, Leaf, kick us off with some boring.
I already hear the music in my head as it starts.
Same here, yeah. Let's get the boring ass facts out of the way. Let's move forward.
Dude, ladies and gentlemen, dude, for the 100th episode of Be Kind, Let's Rewind, cheers. And for those who are uninitiated,
there it is.
The 40-Year-Old Virgin is a 2005 American romantic comedy film directed by the illustrious Judd Apatow. And in his directorial debut.
What constitutes someone to be illustrious?
Dude,
whatever he did in this movie.
Yeah, you gotta do something good to get on this podcast. So he's here.
Whatever he did in this movie, more of that.
He made it. Yeah, he produced the film with Clayton, Townsend, and Shauna Robertson. It features obviously Steve Carell as the titular 40-year-old virgin named Andy, an employee at an electronics store. Also stars Paul Rudd, Romany Malco, Seth Rogen, who play his coworkers, who resolve to help him lose his virginity.
I'm putting the pussy up on a pedestal.
Right.
That's it. It's Pussalaya, right?
Dude, cameo by Jonah Hill in this,
and Jason Segel was supposed to be in this.
Yeah,
and I never got a clear definition on why, but the studio just X'd it. Like,
the studio didn't want him in it, and I think that they took a lot of that shit. That I don't know, because Sarah Marshall was right after this, right, or a little bit after this. So, like, I think that. They just proved him wrong and forgetting Sarah Marshall. But I mean, is that too much though? If you add Jason, I guess Jason Segel can play a straight guy too, though, if he has to. But I don't know. This casting to me is fucking perfect.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what he would have added to this film.
You shall not pass.
I can't imagine him bringing much more.
It would have just been another side character,
right?
And you know, one of the things I love so much about this movie is all those side characters get their own little story arcs. Like you get their background like through conversations, right? And then you get the visual aspect, like a person that they've been talking about like pops up.
Well, I didn't realize that this movie was as long as it was.
Yeah,
because it's a comedy. It's like two and some change,
220, something like that.
It's like 215, 220. Yeah.
I assume you guys watched the unrated version.
I watched both. I watched one to kind of get notes about the normal stuff, but I watched both. I used to watch only the unrated. Which we'll get into some of those scenes too. But
the synopsis I did was from the unrated. The running time on the normal version was 116 minutes. The unrated was 133.
Yeah.
The budget for the film was $26 million, and it raked in a paltry sum of $177.4 million.
And dude, let's talk about this right here with Steve Carell, first movie that he's a star of, right?
Yeah.
Like they're giving him a shot. He's coming off season 1 of The Office that actually wasn't doing great.
Every time black people want to have a good time, some ignorant ass I take care of my kids.
Well, yeah, this movie propelled The Office because Michael Scott in season 1 was just not very likable.
Yeah, he's just
So they saw some of the earnesty, I guess, in the Andy character from this movie, and they're like, let's bring that to Michael Scott, make him a little more relatable, more likable, and still kind of make him this buffoon in a way.
Right. I feel like The Office at that point in time hadn't really found its footing quite yet.
Plus, he got hair plugs.
Yeah. Oh, and then don't forget, shout out him losing 30 pounds for this role.
Yeah.
You can actually see it from season 1 to season 2 of The Office. There's like a giant transformation there.
Well, and the movie itself is based off of a skit that Carell did at Second City, where it was basically the poker scene. Like, his skit was just guys sitting around playing poker, and the one guy is just like making up all of his like sexual escapades.
Right. I mean, that makes sense because Jane Lynch actually got recruited from Second City for this. So he put in a good word for her, and then she's
so freaking funny.
And
man.
dude, there was supposed to be like
Jane Lynch fan.
It was supposed to be a dude as the manager, until Steve Carell kind of pushed that over there, and they're like, okay, like.
Bro,
let's see what she's got. Oh, she's funny.
So funny, dude, man.
She's funny as shit.
You ever heard of the term "fuck buddy"?
Like, fucking amazing. But
I'm discreet. But
they made up,
I
dude.
will haunt your dreams.
I know, dude. They improv that little song, I guess, before they did it, which we'll get into. It's just funny, like when you get all these like improv dudes in there. Like, he's hooking up people, which we'll talk about some other cameos that I just noticed this rewatch. Bro, kick us off with this opening scene.
Dude, so the movie opens with the morning routine montage. Andy, is his last name Stitzer? Andy Stitzer, played by Steve Carell, is you've noticed he's already awake when his alarm goes off. So it's like anyone who's ever been in a situation knows things are not going well. Your life is not good when you were wide awake.
You're just staring at the fucking alarm clock waiting for it to go, dude. 100%.
Yes, dude, it's so bad. And he takes his morning piss, and he gets up, and he has this massive fucking raging boner. It's huge.
Also, can we talk about shitty? Look, I've got one in my house that's been repainted, and now it's chipping. Why do they ever make green bathtubs? For the love of Christ. And also, if you have a green bathtub, just throw it out. Don't paint over it, because then fucking 10 years later, I'm going to be like, why is this green? And be like, oh, because you painted over it, you dick. Also, my basement's flooded.
It's gonna be creepy. but from this montage, you can immediately tell that Andy lives alone. He's a gigantic nerd. His apartment is full of like toys in their original packaging. What's
that like?
Movie.
I mean,
we cut off the green screen, and there's just like a bunch of garbage behind all of us.
I mean, aside from not getting any ass, I mean, life's not too bad.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. Like, he gets up, he's working
and
out.
That's the importance that you girls have in our lives.
Exactly. Yeah.
You make life worth living with that little triangle of yours.
I'll give you a hint of which one of our wives listens to the podcast. I do like when he's working out in this montage, and that like fucking the tiger dudes that he's just staring at when he's doing like the hammer curls or whatever. Like Siegfried and Roy, he's just like staring at him while he's pulling that down.
It's so funny.
How long was this before that tiger fucking went berserk and chomped on that guy?
I don't remember. I think it was probably like 5 years later. But I'll tell you this. Anytime I'm like off of work during the week, my wife's at work, or like, I call in sick when I'm not, just kidding. And I'm making breakfast for myself. I hear this music in the back of my head. I can't not. Like,
do the little dance too.
Dude, I do.
Got a weird little thing.
Yeah, the weird thing to show you. So
let's just go ahead and say it though, because like I know this is like on my mind, and maybe I don't know. I don't know when Chadwick met Gibbs, but Gibbs. So for those of you who watch the podcast, like if you haven't, and some of our episodes feature one of our good friends, Gibbs. He's he loves horror movies. He's an aficionado that we bring in from time to time on various other topics. This guy looked like a young Gibbs.
Yeah,
like
100%. Steve Carell with that look, that poster looked at, because Gibbs was like, I don't know, 24, actually he would have been like 21, 22 when this came out.
Yeah.
And Gibbs was like, he used to make that face. So when we saw this poster, we were like, it's you.
We did. We would all laugh about it.
He was not a 40-year-old virgin, but like, he was like in his 20s, but he used to be very innocent before we completely fucking corrupted.
He did. He had a Mormon upbringing. So this is something I want to mention too, like early on, like that's another thing we get from this sort of montage is you could tell like this guy's sort of like a fish out of water. Like he's not, society sort of like left him behind, and he just he lives in his own bubble, in his own world, and I think Gibbs would tell you the exact same thing. That's kind of like how he was, raised in his early age. He just lived in sort of like this Mormon upbringing and this background, and it wasn't until he started spreading his wings, and sort of like Steve Carell's character.
So he wasn't a virgin, but he just had to soak.
You'll have to ask him about that. That's fine. So, but yeah, I mean, Gibbs looked like, if I could find a young picture of Gibbs, he used to make this face before this poster came out. Yeah. So it was like when we all saw it, I remember Sean too. We were like, holy shit, it's Gibbs.
Dude, it's so funny, man. But the character himself, Andy, obviously, like Chris says, he exercises, he makes breakfast, he gets on his bicycle with his little helmet, and he heads to work at Best Buy. I mean, it's smart tech.
He tucks his pants into his sock, which makes your pants wrinkled when you get to work. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, why did he do that, by the way?
So it doesn't get caught on the chain.
But it only did like one leg, though.
Wow.
Yeah, but the chain's on one side. So like,
Jesus, Leaf, do you not ever ride a bike?
Yeah, I actually was gonna get mad at Leaf for a second. That I was like, oh yeah, you were paralyzed in the 4th grade.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I rode a bike. I knew how. Can't say that. They say you never forget. I guess we'll never know.
It's just like riding a bike, Leaf.
It is just like riding a bike, man.
You never forget.
Beautiful body, man.
He has got a beautiful body.
So Smart Tech was not a set. It was in an old Staples.
It was. They said that they based it off of Circuit City.
Yeah,
I thought it was Best Buy, but I guess they based it off Circuit City.
It was the same. I worked for Best Buy, full disclosure. Like, so I could tell you that was one of our main competitors, and Best Buy did steal a lot of sort of aesthetic from Circuit City's old school way of doing things.
Also, Best Buy stayed in business.
Yeah.
They figured out that if you stay in business, that's usually good.
They learned to evolve, and Circuit City learned to, like listen to Paula, basically.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta listen to Paula. But dude, when he walks in the fucking door, pump that Michael McDonald in my veins, dude.
And Paul Rudd doesn't agree with you. His character did not. We meet all the characters in this situation.
Walk through, man. Walk through the coworkers he meets here.
We meet all of Andy's coworkers, like when he comes into the this Smart Tech store, hanging up his bike. And first and foremost, we got David, played by Paul Rudd.
Hey, Paula.
Yeah.
I got to tell you something. I'm really excited about it.
We've got Cal, who's sort of like a stock guy.
Yeah.
Played by Seth Rogen.
Good. Sorry I'm late, man.
Oh, no problem.
We got another salesman named Jay, played by Romany Malco.
Welcome to Smart Tech. How can I be of service to you?
The black guy, the bald black guy.
You guys, did you hear that he tried to get Judd Apatow to cut all of his scenes because he was like, I guess he was raised in like a really like religious family, and after he did this incredible job on this movie, which would have like been his breakout role,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
he was like, I'm just, you know, I don't want my family to see this, and yeah, like, I mean, you've arrived. Like, this is your launch.
Yeah, dude.
This is your launching pad.
Yeah.
And do you remember seeing him in anything else?
Blades of Glory. That's about it.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
And
that's
he
it.
is
he got
He's
like
good.
super-
He's fucking good.
Yeah,
dude, he's so good, man.
And even in Blades of Glory, he played a completely different character. Like, his character wasn't this like arrogant, you know, guy like he is in this. It's a different character, and he killed that too. Like, he's a good actor. I don't know.
yeah.
You just got to follow your heart. And it's a shame because like this guy was one of the standout characters in this, man. That's just a shame
You are putting the pussy up on this pedestal. You're just building the pussy up.
to like hear that. Cause like, man,
Dude,
he is so funny, man. He has some of the best lines like in the entire film.
Absolutely, man. So you also have Paula, played by Jane Lynch, that we mentioned earlier.
Such a smart ass. Get back on the floor.
Kind of got the gig. Used to work with Steve at Second City, so that was kind of an easy transition.
She's
like
like
Rouge, tucked his sack back.
She's the head manager at Smart Tech, so she's sort of in charge. She's sort of in charge. And then we have my personal favorite. We got Mooj, played by
Jesus.
Jerry Bednob, which is just this old Indian guy, stand-up comedian.
Well, fuck you people, fuck you, and you fucking kiss my big brown fucking ass, okay?
Oh shit, you've got to get on that.
You gotta get on that, man.
Dude, he's so
but
funny.
It opens up. You have where it kind of goes in, and you have your Andy and Paula interaction, you know, where he's like,
And I feel confident to say to you that if you don't take this Michael McDonald DVD that you've been playing for 2 years straight off, I'm going to kill everyone in the store and put a bullet in my brain.
So what I try to do is, on these quotes, I try to list the quotes that I've used in real life, in real life situations, are the ones I'm going to repeat. So somebody was trying to get me to go do some shit the other day at work and go to some training, and I was like,
I would rather watch Beautician and the Beast. I would rather listen to Fran Drescher for 8 hours
before I go do that. And they were like, what? And I was like, God damn it. Why am I in this life? Why is my basement flooded?
Please, dude, like and subscribe for God's sakes. Get us out of here, dude.
Get me out of here, damn it.
Get me out of here.
But he has that also with one too that I think I remember Shadwick using it at our old job to get the
Oh, fuck you.
out of earshot, like, but
probably I don't remember it, but
yeah. So like I said, I'm going to try to throw these in some personal stories, but yeah, that's one that I wanted to throw in there because I've used that several times when there's some shit I don't want to do, especially if one of you guys is around. Those lines are coming out.
I'm sure working together at that place, I probably said something about.
But if I hear Yamo be there one more time, I'm going to Yamo burn this place to the ground.
Oh, that's another one that I've used quite a bit, man. But anyway, after their interaction, it goes over to Steve, and he's talking to Cal about their weekend. And Cal, of course, went down to Tijuana.
You know, and we thought it'd be fun, you know, to go to this show. Everyone's, you got to check out one of these shows. And you know, it's a woman fucking
party, which is so it's so fucking funny because it's like, I don't know, I definitely could see like drunk us back in the day wanting to go do something really stupid. When you get down here, you're like, why did we ever do this? Like,
that's one that I've never cared anything about.
Well, I don't think any of us have either. But I'm just saying,
it just goes to show
like,
that
if you had a goldfish and it died, Chadwick.
I mean. I felt bad for. We all just felt bad for her,
dude.
I felt bad for the horse.
Did I get you?
No.
Dude,
hey, I wouldn't be able to fucking tell. There's goddamn water up to my ankles anyway. So
You want that pasteurized?
Yeah, no, just splash it up to my boobs. I'll splash it in my eyes.
I think this scene just is like to set the tone for there's two reasons for that scene. One is to set the level of depravity for Cal, which, full disclosure, I do not like Seth Rogen.
Fuck you, hormones.
Yes, I do not like him. I don't think he's a very good actor. However, I think he's a brilliant writer. He's written some of the best comedies of that age. However, him personally, like, he grates on my nerves. And that being said, I absolutely love him in this film. I think he destroys this role. And I feel like this is before he sort of settled into, like, I'm the pothead, like, new Cheech and Chong guy. Like, and he sort of varied a little bit in this film. And I really, really, really like his character. But the other side of the coin was to show how shitty Andy's life is by comparison. Because while Cal, aka Seth Rogen, was watching this woman
party
in Tijuana and the most
it was
wild
really giving
weekend,
it to her.
Andy is making eggs. That's
Which
the story
also,
he chooses.
this is, dude, and this is the one where I actually stalled. This is probably where accoutrement became into my vocabulary.
Yeah.
You know, the mayonnaise and the onions and paprika and, you know, all the accoutrement.
When he's talking about making the egg salad or whatever, this is one of the few times that I'll say this, because we've talked about this before, where you tell a story and then someone will try to tell a story to up you and you know they're actually lying. In this scenario, maybe lie. Don't tell them about the egg salad, especially like...
And I didn't have any bread.
So, you know, but that also gets the line that was used several times by me and Shadwick.
Cool.
Cool.
Cool, cool.
Like over and over and over.
So,
And everybody,
Leaf, you're talking about, you don't like Seth Rogen. I don't know that all these guys got writing credits. I know Steve Carell did, because it was the whole movie was based off of his skit.
Right.
But I know that a lot of this was like improv. But the we'll get to the waxing scene, but the Kelly Clarkson line, I thought this was really funny. Years after the fact, Kelly Clarkson had her TV show, and she had Seth Rogen on there, and she's like, I just want to tell you, for years, I hated you because you wrote the line.
No, Kelly Clarkson!
And he explained that the sound of a K is rhythmically funny. So when you double up on it with the Kelly Clarkson,
isn't it fucked up? Like when comedy gets into like that detailed and specific, where it's like, you're like, holy shit. I mean, he's right. 100% right. Cause like,
and so he used it because it has two K's in it, basically, two K or two C sounds.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was like one of the big scenes, which we'll get to that scene. Of course, you guys know I'm going full in on the waxing scene. We got some chest hair being removed. Chris is all over it. So.
I got some chest hair I need removed, Chris.
Yeah. I'll be there to commentate on it. I don't want to do it. So,
dude,
hold my goddamn hand, man.
After the Andy and Cal scene, we go to David, obviously played by Paul Rudd, who has a big problem with the in-store music, which anyone who's ever worked at any sort of retail store or even
movie theater, man.
Movie theater.
Tunes. Like, Jesus Christ.
Movie tunes.
Man, you know what I always think of is like at Halloween when you have those things that like, everybody walks by and it makes the laugh or the jump scare or whatever.
Yeah.
I would get so sick of that shit.
Somebody's inside like this.
Yeah. There's a real pair of feet swinging behind it.
They just couldn't tell. It's like the fourth time they're like, nope, this is it. I'm out.
Hate it because like it's obviously background noise for the customer, but like for the employees, it's absolute torture.
Think about it, right? Like movie tunes when we worked in the movie theater, it was a 60-minute long CD that was on repeat. So when you're going to get your popcorn, you leave the movie, like you probably don't hear the same song twice. When you work a fucking 12 or 14-hour shift, you've heard Billy Gilliam sing that one fucking song 1,000 times.
But one voice was heard.
I'm going to kill everyone in the store and put a bullet in my brain.
By the way, shout out Sean. Thanks for reminding me of that fucking song about a few weeks ago. God damn it.
And finally, we have a confrontation here at the store between Mooj and Jay, who were fighting over a customer and, of course, the resulting commission. And dude, the beef between them.
That's good exposition too. Like you're like showing that there is camaraderie because like Mooj, he's going to cover for Jay's shift like later in the week or whatever. But everybody's kind of cutthroat too. Like they're all out to get that commission.
Yeah.
Right. It's scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Yeah.
Well, Jules, the funny thing about my back is that it's located on my cock.
and their back and forth like sets the tone for
even
Mooj's
like
character.
They do this,
man.
yeah, they do this a few times in the movie, but like Jay and Mooj back and forth fucking kill me every time. And I feel like too, like they used Mooj the perfect amount. Like you can't have that. You can't have that dude in a ton of scenes, or like it finally gets old. But it's so much energy and most fucked up shit. Like the small doses.
Yeah, you can't use him too much because once his knife's been taken out of his booty,
I can't return it until it has spilled blood.
And not only that,
from Brooklyn,
they spaced out his character so perfectly that when he shows up again, it's like when you've already forgotten about him, and there he is telling you to go fuck a goat. And
why is somebody fucking goat, man?
Oh, man, God!
And you're laughing again. Him and the other Indian guy that are in this are just like absolutely so funny, man.
Yeah, dude.
Like every single time.
And after this, after they have their back and forth, you get the, hey, they need, what do they need? Like another one for poker.
We get to the major plot
They need
point.
a fifth. Yeah, get to the fifth. So like, much like we did at the movie theater, they're doing extracurricular shit in the store after hours because, I mean, you're not using it and you gave me keys. So, I mean, what am I supposed to do?
It's the first thing I thought of. And so
he's not using it. Why not let him?
But I'll tell you this shit right here,
baby.
I always forget about this when I haven't watched this movie for a while.
Yeah.
It's like they're going to get him to play. And Andy's like, yeah, sure. Like, I'll do it. And he does his to try to be cool. Like, are we allowed to do that? Well, I guess I'll tell Paula. And he's like, I'm just kidding. And then so they're like, they feel bad. He's like, I almost feel bad taking his money or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's like when Andy says, all right, man, cool. And he walks away and he hits that fucking chair.
Well, cool. I'll see you guys tonight. Okay. All right. Oops.
And it's like that one awkward beat. Like that gets me out loud every fucking time. And I don't know why. You can't even see the chair. Like he just runs into it because he's trying to be smooth and cool and then accept his invite and he still fucks it up. I don't know whose idea that was, probably Steve's, but like that shit gets me every time.
It's perfect.
This is actually one of the first comedies where they did so much improv. Like I know they did a lot of that on Caddyshack, but like
I was going to say that.
But they actually used, I think it's like 1 million feet of film for this.
Yeah, they did. They hit the 1 million mark, like, which I don't know what that equates to, but I would love to see the Apatow cut on this. Where it's like,
just leave it all in, dude. Give me an 8-hour version. I don't care.
An 8-hour version of them improv the same scene over and over again. So
Yeah, and so the major plot point, the guys that work there do invite Andy. He's the only one that they can be their fifth. And so as awkward as he is, nobody likes him because he's just so weird, right? And nobody can
they think he's like a serial killer, Seth Rogen or Cal thinks he's a serial killer.
I don't want to end up a lampshade, some guy's creepy apartment.
No one can kind of put their finger on what's wrong with Andy. He's just off, and everybody knows it. And nothing demonstrates this more than when he shows up to the poker game in like a blue blazer and khakis and like an Argyle sweater.
Did you guys? I never noticed until one of these 4 rewatches I did this week. But like everybody else is drinking beer, and he's drinking Fanta.
Yeah,
and that Fanta. I don't know if this was on purpose or not, but it fucking like perfectly matches his sweater.
And you know what? That is a Shadwick notice right there. Whenever you said that, I was like, "Yep, it is." Good call, and only you would pick that up. So you should be a continuity guy. I'll be the chest guy. You can be the Fanta matching your shirt guy. By the way, as we're gonna try to do going forward, Chris's booze watch for this one. I believe I saw a Budweiser, if I'm not mistaken, either a Michelob Amber Bock, I believe is what that was. Ooh. And then there was, I couldn't tell what Jay had, but I think that it was like a Rolling Rock because it was that green bottle or whatever.
The green bottle.
But yeah, man, look, booze watch, be kind. Let's rewind.
Hey, our friend Jay likes those too.
Yeah, I know. So that's a third strike for him. So yeah, man, I was just like,
damn, be careful with that big dog.
Leaf's like, so, man, we get to the poker scene. He's invited to play, and it turns out he plays a couple of hours of online poker every fucking night. So he is just raking the cash in, and these dudes are pissed off. Like,
how much fucking online poker do you play, dog?
Just like an hour or two a night when I'm not playing Halo.
Mooj has had enough.
Shit. You're a fucking asshole to tell me come here, tell me he was a nice guy, didn't you? Well, fuck you people, fuck you, and you fucking kiss my big brown fucking ass, okay?
They just like, see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Go fuck a goat, man.
I love that because like everyone already underestimates Andy, right? And Andy does not have a life. And okay, I'm a gamer. I am surrounded by these human beings 24/7. They will obliterate you at games. Like, do not play a nerd with infinite free time versus anything. He will eat your ass live.
Oh, what is he?
I'm going to invite him to our poker party.
I mean, might as well. Is he in that fucking? Is he in an HBO series? If we're talking about eating ass, I guess that's the only place that it's accepted now.
How is he at cleaning up water in basements?
Yeah, send it my way. God damn it, it's everywhere, guys. It's just fucking everywhere.
This is a hazard to electricity.
Do not call OSHA on me. They will not make it out alive. So, and then they start doing what Chadwick alluded to earlier, where the basis of this movie came from, the skit where they're starting to tell sex stories after Mooj leaves, which Jay's shit that he's saying, man, where he's like,
I don't even know she can walk. I've never seen her standing up. I've only seen her on her back.
Her feet. What the fuck, man?
Is it it's Paul Rudd. It's like, does your girlfriend know about all these late night visits? It's an unspoken rule.
Yeah, completely and utterly unspoken.
The best part about these improvs and these skits is because like they were written, you could clearly tell this from the film. They were written from actual stories or similar tales that guys tell. And of course we lie all the time. Like, dude,
especially back then. I don't think like we really fucking lie anymore. Like, especially, I don't know, we're just too old and not creative enough. But like, back in the day, though, dude, you would be fucking lying your ass off.
You've been in the situation, and maybe
jack off.
No.
Wait, you kidding me? Because I got so much poon around me. Yeah.
It's some guys lied more, some guys lied less, but like it was just like it wasn't about the truth when you're with the boys. It's about like trying to outdo the other person, and whether it was like telling a gross story or like a more
how many times
sex story.
At the movie theater, after hours, you're sitting around waiting for the last movie to end or whatever, and we would just be sitting in a circle, and the next thing you know, you look up and there's like 10 people around us, adding to the story or whatever, like it just
jumping in and
just bullshitting, it's just fun.
Dude, it's so fun, man. And like, if you've not been in that situation, then this seems hard to stomach. I think it seems a little like overly offensive, but this is just like what happens.
And then you steal the dog, and that's that's a good one right there. But then it goes to Andy after Paul Rudd's character.
Sometimes Amy and I would make love. So it was almost like we weren't two people, but we were two spirits or something. Our souls were connected in this way. I can't describe it. Time stood still.
They're like, stop with that Britney Spears shit. Like, and then so he says he wants Andy to tell a nasty story. Like Jay's like, you tell a nasty story. And he's like, I don't like to kiss and tell. I do love this line too, because we've used this before.
Fuck it, I raised you.
I throw some money at somebody when they won't say something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When they won't say something. And then Andy proceeds to lie out of his ass about anything and everything with a woman.
I dated this girl
for a while, and she was really a nasty freak. She just loved to get down with sex all the time. She was like, any time of day, she was like, yeah, let's go. I'm so nasty.
And it's so awkward, which it makes sense now, because I was like, how did he nail this so perfect? But the reason he nailed it is because he had fucking probably months of improv to get this honed.
It's like a little kid trying to tell a lie.
Yeah,
too.
it is. And it's the improv. Because I always wonder too, because it's like this character, like you said, in season 2 of The Office, they started making it more this. And I was like, either he used to be this guy or he knew somebody like it, but it makes sense now. He played this dude on stage fucking countless times, probably, right? To hone this character.
I tell you what made me laugh harder than anybody else is Paul Rudd's responses to Steve Carell's braggadocious lies immediately. He was like, and Steve Carell plays this he was like borked. He's just like,
you know, when you grab a woman's breast and you feel it and it feels like a bag of sand when you're touching it.
Bag of sand.
And you can tell he's almost trying not to laugh, but he's just sort of supposed to be confused. But you can tell he wants to laugh because Steve Carell is playing this so straight faced.
Dude, and Jay's trying to get into it, because he's just a pervert, but he's like, oh, you're so nasty, and she's like, oh, you're nailing me. And he's like,
oh shit,
which is one
he's
again.
So depraved.
Oh, dude, it was something that we use all the time. Oh shit, you're nailing me is usually the context. So in a text message, but yeah.
Jay blows it wide open. He's like,
yo, answer this question. Are you a virgin? Are you a virgin?
Yeah, not since I was 10.
I know, which is a great fucking line. Because you used to have those dudes that were like, I lost my virginity at fucking age 8.
I've been fucking since I was 10.
What the hell? I'm like, maybe to your uncle.
I was going to say, the bad thing is those kids weren't.
They call him out for instantly being a virgin, and he just sort of blusters and he's just like, well, but he's caught dead to rights. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Even his lies are bad. They're not even realistically believable. And so he goes home realizing that he's been busted.
The bag of sand, come on, man. You can do better than that. God, me so horny. Girl, me so stupid.
He can't sleep.
He's pacing and he's finally sleeping. And then he's going through the stages where he finally tries to he's convinced himself, no, those guys are cool. And this actually, I have a note in here because have you guys ever done some shit in high school? Maybe you did something embarrassing, you fell or some shit or whatever happened, or said something. Maybe you just try to talk to a girl and she kind of ignored you or some shit.
I touched a guy's balls at Hebrew school once.
You're just so fucking worried. When you get to school next day, you're like, my life is over because I did this or because I said this.
Him practicing the lines is actually me. But in my head, right? Going over comebacks that he could throw back. When I was kid, that was me. When I was a kid, I was
still do that. I have all these imaginary arguments in my head. They're gonna say this, and then I'll say this.
I'm gonna bait them,
and this is a conversation that's never even gonna fucking happen.
Bro, Shadwick, though, be honest, it happened once or twice though, and you were ready for the bomb. You had the right hand cocked.
I know one of them that happened. It may or may not have been with a previous relationship of him when he got to use the Mallrats line of I'm playing the concerned male or whatever. And I was like, you waited your whole fucking life for that one.
Dude, it happens.
I think the best one was after a bad divorce. I was getting the whole, it just makes me sick every time I think about it. She was like, I don't think about you at all.
Dude.
Giggity, which is also why arguments in text I don't like to get into. Because you have too much time to think, and I like a lot of times I'm pretty quick-witted. So if I can get someone face to face, then I'm better off. But if someone gets me in a texting war, I'm fucked.
They got time. I think it's opposite for me.
They got time. Yeah, I can see that because you're You're a learned doctor.
Yeah. I'm with Chris. Like, give me the live action. Like, I have a better shot. Like coming back on the fly. Like then
you're not hard enough to talk to him like that,
dude. Yeah, which was one of Leaf's iconic lines. Shout out my boy Leaf for just completely roasting a girl at a wedding one time. So anyway, after this, he's like, you know what, those guys are cool. It's not going to be that big of a deal. He walks into work. I think passes Cal, like, what's up, Andy? And he's like, hey, man.
Yeah,
he's passes somebody else. Yeah, gives a heads up. And he's like, you know what? It's not going to be that bad.
Everything seems fine.
Yep. And then it pans over. And this line has been mentioned to every friend of mine that's ever newly single. And we're going out on the weekend or whatever.
Andy, it's going down, partner. We going to be, this for you, partner. This for you. Waves of it coming at you on Friday, Saturday. By Sunday, your nuts gonna be drained.
I've said that comment no less than fucking 50 times in my life.
And on the screen is just these thick
soaped
black
titties,
women with soaked titties and asses. And it's like the best part is like they're supposed to be in a professional setting, right? Like, if you pretend this is a Best Buy, like there's customers everywhere, and like he's just like standing on one of the couches thrusting.
And also like shout out to that one guy before when Mooge's counterpart is like,
hey Andy,
hey,
we're gonna have to get you some punani.
Why can't I be the guy in the movie that's just standing there and goes, like, why can't I have that? Like, give me that fucking role, dude. Like, I'll nail that.
Do that one too, please.
But actually, after this, he's like, shit, it's terrible. It's off. Like, what am I going to do? Which leads me over to shit stuck in my head this week.
Yeah, life's about passion.
It's not about fucking and balls and pussy. It's about love. It's about people. It's about connection.
It's all about connections.
It's not about cock and ass and tits and butthole pleasures.
It's not about butthole pleasures at all.
It's not about this rusty trombone and dirty Sanchez.
Please stop.
And the Cincinnati bow tie.
Moosh.
And the pussy juice cocktail. And the shit-stained balls.
Moosh, please stop.
He hit him with that PJT.
I bet that tastes good.
Pussy juice cocktail.
I held it together for some reason until the Cincinnati bow tie. That's when I was like, I don't know what this is, and I'm losing my shit.
I remember
it's about love.
Yeah, that one.
And a little head turn and the
yeah, dude. I remember me and Brian Ballard. We used to watch this shit at his house all the time, and my homeboy Skeet, and we would always watch this fucking thing. And when we would always just be like, "It's about love." You get that like little look or whatever. We would quote this shit all the fucking time, and we looked up like what a Cincinnati bow tie was. Like in the outtakes, I think they talk about like an alligator fuck house or like some other shit. Like they list all, because I mean that back in the early mid 2000s, remember they used to have the Dirty Sanchez was a tongue in cheek, like, I know what that is, but older people don't know what that is. So like, or you walk up to a girl, be like, you gonna do Dirty Sanchez, and you're like, tee-hee, she doesn't know.
She don't know.
This one was probably the one that was quoted the most, I think, of our friends. Like this whole rant, and I was just begging for any time in conversation I could insert this to use in real life.
This is one of the lines I remember when I was like, I didn't get it. You were like, you haven't seen 40 Year Virgin, and I was like, no, and you were like,
holy shit, man, you got to get on that.
I was like, I will. We'll watch it next time.
You are the uninitiated.
Yeah,
I was uninitiated, dude. And let me tell you, when I watched this, like that part had me floored from the second it started. When he started like talking about the rusty trombone and the dirty
Christ,
dude, like I couldn't handle it, man. I was laughing so hard. I was like, I don't even know what some of the other sex acts he mentioned even were. Like it was so funny, man. It was
Paula interrupts him. He fucking storms out. Like he's like, I mean, it's classic panic of somebody that doesn't have a whole lot of social experience. You're like, I've got to quit this job. I've got to move now. Like that's the only thing, because they know my dirty secret.
He's done.
Yeah, so he runs out. Paul Rudd like chases after him, and he's like, we were just joking around, And then like he has a little heart to heart with him. Like sits down, he's like, how did this never happen?
And then you get your montage of like, which by the way, in that first part of that montage, which I said, I never noticed this before, where the girl's like, she told me how to do it. He's going to kick ass. And she has like braces on or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, he's about to get a fucking Hummer in a classroom. There's desks and shit behind him. That's some baller shit.
That's some Donnie Burger shit.
That is Donnie. And I was like, damn, dude.
Couple of hand jobs.
I'm a virgin. And so is he.
So it should be no surprise that Paul Rudd is my favorite character in this.
Yeah. Well, look at your shirt, man.
And
shout out to your shirt, which we'll get to shortly. But yep.
Yes.
It's fucking amazing. Paul Rudd wore a shirt of himself in that movie. So
freaking beautiful, dude.
Well done, Shaddy.
But yeah, he gives Andy the speech.
You know, 40's the new 20. You want to spend the next 60 years of your life never experiencing sex, and not just sex, but love and a relationship and laughing and cuddling and all that shit.
Which really sets the tone for his character because he has a dark side that
and he talks about like his relationship. You lose weight, then you put on weight, and he's like, sounds terrible. It is terrible.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's like,
And it turns
sell him on it.
It turns into a trauma dumping session instead of an encouragement session for Andy.
Dude, I'm here for it. It's so funny,
dude. Yeah, and then he goes, like we said, he goes a little montage too of like his fulfilling life, and now I'm painting your gray plants blue, and like he does this karaoke.
Pretty ladies around the world got a weird thing to show you.
But just to show like what his life is like, and like honestly, it's kind of badass. It's just it lacks. Like I'm sorry, the older we get, the better. Like I remember being like, what a fucking loser when I was like 20. Like, but now I'm all like, actually. Like on this watch though, so this is actually badass. Like if you could add a woman like to that, like it's perfection.
Or don't. It's fine. Like either way, it's fine. Either way, it's fine.
Which one's cheaper?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Which one gets me out of the flooded basement?
Whatever it takes, dude. But
although,
he does.
I mean, that vagina is very nice, though. I mean,
yeah, it's something. It's something to be revered.
I've never. You hear like comedians and like other podcast people like talking about fleshlights all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
not for me.
No, I think I would feel like a serial killer. Like
fucking flash. That's a weird thing, dude.
Yeah,
that's weird. Yeah, like the desperation is reached palpable levels like at that point in time.
And I just look down on it and be like, oh wait, was she a great big fat person?
Andy had sort of given up on any sort of like sexual contact because of his traumatic past experiences with women, and he sort of like just started he was in limbo. It wasn't that he didn't want it. And I think a lot of guys identify with this. It wasn't that he didn't want it. It was like he wanted it to be like his way. Like he wanted it to be real. Something
also
that
like
meant something.
This is 2000.
It's about love.
Yeah, it's not about the PJTs, guys. Can we get a Be Kind Let's Rewind shirt that says it's about the PJTs?
It's about the please.
But like
Put a link there for someone to order.
Yep. You see that in this where Andy is just like you said, he wants it on his own terms, but this is 2005 too. It's not exactly like you're gonna have to go out to bars and shit to meet people. You don't have dating apps and all that other shit.
No, there's
like
no Tinder at this point in time. Like you're gonna have to physically and that's what this sort of becomes is like Andy's looking for a true love, but his friends aren't really like pushing him to get that. They're like, no. What you need is to get your rocks off. Like
you need to bust that first nut. That's what Jay said.
And that's kind of what it becomes. And like Andy's the sort of, at least at this point in time, the voice of reason. And he's just like, yeah, well, like let me talk to you and figure out what it is. But it becomes his own trauma dumping session about his ex-girlfriend.
David goes into that whole trauma dump. He said, well, this is cool too, though, is you get Andy like kind of being, he's the level-headed person in this whole situation. And he's just like, he's just a good dude. But he also doesn't have any friends. So like when they're like wanting to go out and shit, that's appealing to him because he even says like when they're sitting down, he's like, this is like the longest we've ever talked. And he's like, it's kind of nice. Like, he wants that companion because we know how it is, man. we're a fucking all dude podcast. We've been best friends for fucking ever. Like when you roll out with your boys, it's just fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's had that missing from his life.
Yeah. So Andy's like, he explains to Dave here that, like, you know, he tried and something happened, and then he tried again and it didn't happen. And so eventually he just kind of gave up. So then I think it just jumps to him sleeping after this scene. He's having dreams about all of his
that's when he's having his dreams about that before the boy's not out.
Yeah. So, you know, you talked about Chris, like he's going to get a Hummer from that chick, and then there's one he can't get her bra off, and then by the time he does, he's already like came in his pants, and
we've all been there.
But we've been there,
dude. This like gets me out loud every time when he wakes up from that dream. That noise he makes when he like sits up,
dude. Which Steve Carell he did a lot of that in The Office and later on, where he's doing like reactionary noises and shit.
Oh, dude, it's
so funny.
One of the things that he does better than anybody is going from like regular conversation to being like so mad that he can't talk and he just has to walk away.
Yeah, dude. He's from by all accounts also like a fucking awesome dude. Which, by the way, I found out too. He brought his fucking parents to the premiere, and they were like 80. And so he was like, "Oh boy," like so. But I mean, it was their baby's first one, man. So gotta fucking do it, man. Yeah. So he's gonna go out with the boys, and of course, this is the Shadrick. You'll have to correct me on this, because this line where he comes up and he's got the yellow shirt on, and I had banked in my head. So this is how I remember the story going, and I may be wrong, but when me and Shadrick were working together at our old job, one of our bosses comes in with this yellow shirt, and he'd done it a couple times and got unscathed. And so I see him. This is how I remember it. I see him, and I was just like, "Oh, hey, what's up, man?
What's Curious George like in real life?"
And he was like, "Damn it, Shadrick said the same thing." And I was like, "God damn it."
Okay. So I didn't know that part of it. I was about to say, no, I said that to him.
Yeah, I got the second one in, and you had already fucking like unloaded on him, and I was like, "No, like I've waited so long for this." Don't worry, I got to use it at work like last week, so it's okay.
He got the tertiary man in the yellow hat roast, dude, from another movie, like far away removed, dude. That's sick.
And he had no clue what we were talking about either, so it was even better. But yeah, so that again is one that was in there. Also have a note here, Cal's shirts. He's got, you know, your Nirvana, your Sonic Youth. All of those are Universal bands under Universal's label, who did this movie.
Well,
so,
if you notice Andy's toys, there's a lot of like Universal monsters.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, that's the reason he didn't have any Star Wars stuff.
So they're keeping it all in house, so they don't have to. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, you think about it, if he's 40 years old in 2005, then like he was a prime. You know, prime age for Star Wars.
Star Wars, absolutely. Yeah,
he would have been. Yeah. Well, and so like he does decide that he's going to go out with the boys, and because his caveat is he's not really interested in sex, man. Like they're all trying to get him to like have to fuck. And he's like,
fuck,
yeah,
man.
Like, I'll go out with you guys. I do love the friendship. I love the camaraderie. I'm not interested necessarily in the sexual exploits and the conquest, but you know, like I'm interested in trying to find potentially true love, though. So it's like Andy's this perpetually innocent and good person deep down, and he's just listening to the worst advice you've ever heard.
And they walk into the club, and shout out, this is what I never noticed, Pam Beasley with a little cameo in here from The Office.
Yes,
she's one of the girls in there. So after this is before she ran out on the deaf guy from The Replacements for fucking what's his name, Jack Ryan. So I may have gotten my universes all crossed up. I don't know, but anyway,
it's all good.
I saw her in there. But
Jim should stay with Karen.
Yeah, that's what I said before she went off to go to Parks and Rec. That was her second job. All these are all one plot. This is all fake reality. My basement is not flooded.
It's the Matrix. Just understand that.
So yeah, he gets in the club, which also, this is a good line that me and Shadrick had used many times at Braves games.
Especially at Braves games.
Yeah, well, you know, it's $9 beer night.
It's $9 beer night. Unfortunately, now we have to use this line at regular fucking restaurants now. So, what happened to my country?
What happened?
I mean, this used to be a great country.
Dude, remember when you used to buy a 40 for like 99 cents? Like, what happened to that?
That line actually aged this movie more than anything else for me. Is when Paul Rudd does make that joke that like, oh, we're going out for ladies' night, aka $9 beer night for the men, and it's like that's what it normally is. Like
that's what it is now, man. It sucks. Yeah,
that was
like, that sucks, dude.
But yeah. Andy's a good guy, but he's got to learn how to use his peripherals.
He does, dude. Jay has some of the best fucking advice here. He doesn't, and Andy doesn't want to tackle drunk bitches.
You're making it sound like a negative thing. You put a negative connotation on it.
He was like, he said, look for one with a broken heel. And I think in one of the versions, maybe the unrated, he walks up and he's talking to a girl that's passed out on the fucking couch.
That's an unrated.
Yeah, it's unrated. It's the one that I did the synopsis from. It's
like too drunk.
Yeah, too drunk.
Right idea,
keep going. Yeah, right idea. Like, just keep going.
And that's the thing. It's just like Andy's friends are obsessed with sex, right? And Andy wants more than that, but they're like, bro, you don't need to worry about that. You just got to get laid. If you can just get laid, dude.
Well, Cal has weaseled his way into a group of bridesmaids.
Oh my god, that one girl
in a bachelorette party.
That one girl that's like, what does she say? Like,
We were just wigging.
I fucking die a little inside every time I hear that. I'm like, I don't like you or your friends.
It's too real for you.
Like,
it's too real.
Drunk. Yeah, the drunk screaming girls just.
Yeah, this 20-year-old me. Yeah,
and
me now.
But all the this bachelorette party, they got all these props like dildos and
who would have thought?
And they're all making like different jokes, Andy has the best one. He's holding up this like it's a dick shaped like baking pan.
Yeah.
Hey yo,
Betty Cocker.
See, I like the.
Hey guys, look, it's Dr. Seuss's penis. I really mean this.
Anyway, there's some good lines there. But Leslie Mann is the character in this, which is Judd Apatow's wife, for those that didn't know.
Yeah. So I think it was Seth Rogen took her out like a night or two before they filmed this, and she got drunk, and he filmed her while she was drunk. And she was absolutely fucking appalled at how she acted when she was drunk.
Really?
But she used that in this performance.
Dude, that's crazy because Ryan from The Office, he was a writer too. I forgot what his real name is. But him and Pam went out when Pam was being drunk at the Dundies or whatever. Mm-hmm. And she did the same thing. So he took they didn't film, I don't think, but he took notes.
Well, I wonder where she got that idea.
Yeah, exactly. So here you go. Because actually, I don't know. Were the Dundies first? Because that was season 1.
Well,
I don't know.
Maybe.
Who knows? It's close. We need to get him on the podcast and talk to him.
We'll figure it out.
Shout out Pam Beasley.
Your friends seem nice.
You have really kind eyes, you know that?
Thanks. Your hat is sequins.
I cannot think of another time that I have laughed so hard all the way through a scene.
Yeah.
Like, especially like in the theater, like uncontrollably about to piss my pants laughing.
Listen, be putting it down. I'm the Helen Slam. I'm the mother.
Everything about this is comedically perfect for me because you get the music starts. I'll never hear
Missy Elliott.
I'll never hear Get Your Freak On and not think
without
of this.
Thinking about it. Yep.
But also one of the funniest things, anytime there's going to be a car scene, when it starts off with the tires squealing. Like that close up on the wheel on her little, like PT Cruiser, and then like she's dancing, and then she starts having a meltdown because like in the club she was talking about the guy that's marrying her friend Dan, like he's such a great guy. Like I was mad for a while because he cheated on me, but like he's really turning it around. Like he's such a great guy. And then she gets in the car and she's just like,
Let me tell you something, Anne. Don't ever be named Dan. Dan rhymes with man and men jerk off. And he was a jerk off.
Fucking gold. Don't ever be named Dan. Like, it's just classic drunk talk, man.
And it's perfect. Like, she's so like mentally like all over the place too. Like she's grappling about him. She's wanting, Steve Carell to tell her that she's pretty.
Yeah,
she's like
fucking French toast.
That's my favorite line.
Let's get some fucking French toast.
I almost pissed myself last night at that.
Have you ever seen?
I'm starving. Let's get some fucking French toast.
Have you ever seen how they film this?
Huh?
So I guess the cameras are in the car, and so they're being pulled, and so Apatow's feeding them lines, and then like I remember seeing this. This may have been at a DVD or something behind the scenes, but I forgot what he fed her. And she goes, Jesus, Judd, we have kids. I'm not saying that. Like, she was trying to feed her some fucked up shit. She was
I remember hearing that story now, but I can't remember what the line was.
Yeah, I can't either. But anyway, it was funny as shit. But like, so I guess that she gets into a car accident when he's almost home. She throws up on him, which I found out was yogurt they threw on him. That was like to get that consistency.
Awful, I mean, she just like. No look, just cuts across like 4 lanes of traffic. Gets like almost T-bone. The car's like spinning around. He's screaming and everything. And then she's sitting there just like with this like defeated, body posture, and she's like,
"The fucker came out of nowhere."
Oh, it's one of my favorite scenes. It's so funny.
I think I actually fell in love with her a little bit.
Yes,
like seeing her in that scene.
Yeah, and so I do like she continues what I do like too is because sometimes and maybe it's just because we're drunk aficionados, but sometimes when people are drunk in scenes, like they snap out of it real quick, and it kind of takes me out of that. But she still has that slur when she's like,
"I'll still have sex with you if you want."
You know what? I think I'm going to pass on the sex if you don't.
Thank you for that attention to detail.
Thank you. It's like, I'll still have sex with you. You can still lose your virginity. And that's what all this has been about. And Andy is still like, I'm going to pass.
Well, I'm going to pass on the
sex. What? I never heard anybody say this, but that's probably.
I'm going to pass on the sex?
Oh, yeah. But that was probably a redeeming line for the previous scene, because they're talking about trying to pick up drunk chicks,
drunk bitches.
Yeah. But with him, like, he even says, "I think I had that coming." When she vomits on him,
he realized he was doing something immoral,
and it just points to him being a decent guy.
It was a very bad night.
It's the next day. Everybody's back at work, which is kind of cool too, because it's a character progression for him, because they're all laughing at him. But remember before when he admitted he's a virgin, he worried about it all night or whatever. Now he's just like kind of shooting the shit like one of the dudes. Like, it's not very funny. Like, he's mad, but he's not really mad. And then they're breaking light bulbs, which we used to throw them off the roof of the fucking movie theater, allegedly. And dude, I don't know what it was about throwing shit off the roof, but I still think I could go do that and it'd be a lot of fun. But
man, you know what? I haven't had a Heineken in a long time.
Get your hand off my Heine, baby.
Maybe it wasn't a Rolling Rock. Maybe it was the Heine.
Maybe it was a Heine.
German beer, huh?
They have a green bottle too, man.
But so they're breaking the light bulbs. They're doing the thing. And you get this line too, which shout out my homeboy, John T. He was asking me about this.
You making the pussy into this great big Greek goddess named Pussaliah.
That's it.
So John T, and only a man or John T can, was like, hey, is there a Greek goddess with like Alaya or Aya on the end of it? And I was like, yeah. And then I started looking it up and I was like, no. I was like, why do you think of these things, man? Like fucking anyway, shout out my homeboy. That was he was right. I started going through Roman gods and whatever. Anyway, Pussaliah sounds funny, so I think that's just why it was ended up on that.
And then it gets back to Cal and Dave like busting those lights, and Cal breaks one over Paul Rudd's leg. It's like, dude, new pants.
Yes, which I believe Hardcore Wrestling took this and then just decided after this that they're going to start using light bulbs in their fucking matches after this because they're fucking crazy.
But those little one-liners like that, just offset from everything else, is so fucking funny, dude.
Because we use that all the time. Like if something got on, we had new pants. Like it would just be something that you said or whatever. But like, so the quest continues. You know, so you're like, okay, like it didn't happen. But then they start pushing. They're going to push him forward to help somebody. Like because he's got to be on the floor. And Chadwick, the line that Chadwick's used 1,000 times.
No hablo English, lady.
I have literally, that has been my response in a work email before.
Dude, I've been in public with him so many times. Like, dude, somebody like asking for money or whatever, some shit. Shadrick's like, no hablo English, lady. And like, just like walk off or whatever. Like that shit, 40-year-old version.
And it's so funny too, because that tiny little joke they bring back like just a couple minutes later. Like Cal, he walks back through.
Excusa, por favor.
But so here's what I noticed too on these last 400 watch throughs I did on this. This movie is the first 40 to 60 minutes is like packed with more jokes. Good luck taking notes on this. Like I had my laptop with me the last time and I was like I broke it up when scene changes. And then I was like, okay, what lines have we used off of this? And I was trying to keep up with it or whatever. And I was like, it finally slows down. It lets you breathe, but it doesn't slow down very much. But this first 60 minutes is nuts with jokes. Like it just doesn't stop. And it's amazing.
It's so good. And like, even when I did the synopsis, I was just like, okay, I can't attack the jokes. Like I'm gonna have to let you guys carry on the jokes. I'm gonna follow the overarching plot, and then you guys can throw in, and whatever we don't get to, we just don't get to. And there's just too much in this movie. If you've never seen it, there's far too much. Even watching this podcast for us to even begin to cover, we're going to leave things out. And when all three of us watch this podcast over again, we will be like, "Oh we forgot about X, Y, Z."
Well, you know, it's really smart because like the group is kind of a character itself because like they take him out, you know, together and try to hook him up, but then like each individual friend has their own little ploy, like little side adventures.
Okay. God, you know, it's so funny. I work right across the street, and I've never been in this place.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where at?
Oh, the We Sell Your Stuff on eBay store.
And she has a store, which I also found out there's the We Sell Things on eBay. That was actually a store. And so that they wrote it into the movie because it was an easy sign to film or whatever, right? So like, but yeah, that's what they did. So it made sense. It tied in obviously later on in the movie, really tied in well. But yeah, so I didn't even know these were a fucking thing. But talk about
dude,
ripping people off. Jesus Christ! Like eBay is literally mailing your shit. Like they're just doing it for you and charging you out the ass. So he pulls a number. He gets a celebration. He's like, I think I pulled a number. And then they have this thing, which I have my note here. This used to be so fucking dumb, man. Do you remember when you would get a number or whatever and it was like,
how long should you wait?
Yep, wait 3 days. Don't call her immediately or whatever. And it's like, no, that in hindsight, it doesn't fucking matter. None of this matters.
None of that matters. It was the only thing that mattered is are you going to call the number at all?
Correct.
If you were going to call the number, if it wasn't somebody absolutely repulsive, then the time period generally didn't matter. Right. Like all the games that exist now about making somebody
they
wait.
Were back then too. I remember us growing up. There was this whole I remember it was legit 3 days. If I got someone's number, I was fucking told 3 days, and there was no negotiation. That was like the rule.
For some reason, this just like sparked a memory for me. I was hanging out with some guys, and you remember Rio Bravo?
Yeah,
the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
We were hanging out there drinking whatever, and I'd been kind of like chatting up with a girl, and everybody was getting ready to leave, and we went out in the parking lot, and I asked her for her phone number, and she like looked at me like really like looked me up and down and asked, and she said, take off your hat. And I took my hat off, and she looked at me, and then she gave me her number. And I was like, you know what? I ain't call her.
You're like, damn, that's hot. Yeah, it was fucking weird.
I had multiple girls, not more than just one. Like if I had waited, because my intention was to never contact them. Like after like 24 hours, be like, why haven't you messaged me? Like, why haven't you called me? It's
that was the game, right? Because then we're told now you have the power. Like we're fucking He-Man or some shit. Like,
yeah, now I'm gonna make you wait, and like I would get lambasted like for not immediately.
It doesn't fucking matter. But that was like that was the thing that we were told. You do get the they're like, don't call. It's fucking dumb. Shadwick, you get your fucking line. You're the only one I know that really used this. I've used it biting you, but
my uncle used to drive a hoe runner.
He needs to bust that first nut.
So what you just got to do is just get you a bunch of these hood rats, run through them, just knock them out. Boom, boom, boom. Now, once you've done slayed like 20, 30 of them hood rats, now you ready to go up to the upper echelon type hoe.
Yeah, and so they go out, and we used to do this all the time from this movie, the fucking around the bend, around the chain, where that music starts playing. They're all like drop into a shot, and they're feeding him shots, and he's hammered. Assumedly for the first time. They have some Boilermakers in there on Booze Watch, which no thank you.
I just remember when they go out to and he gets drunk and they're getting him to pee in public, and he yells, I'm shy,
and he's like,
it reminded me that I have this.
Oh shit, that's a 40-year-old virgin doll that you push the button and he talks. I remember seeing that at your house. I forgot about that.
And, the really sad thing about this is the battery is dead, but it's still in the original package. So
what do you do?
Conundrum. Yeah, I do like at the top, it has like little air holes for it. So say you had a basement that flooded, at least the water could get out. That's what I like.
Why is he wearing like a Little Mac outfit from Mike Tyson's Punch Out? What's with the green tights though?
I don't know. He looks like a mano lantern.
Yeah, he does look like a mano lantern, which we'll get to. But so they go out, and it's just dudes hanging out. Again, I said we've stole this shit 1,000 times. The Boilermakers. I'm good with Irish car bombs. Those are fun. Boilermakers, no. Hard no. So the next morning, what I do find funny about the next morning is because he's not a lifelong drinker and he pops up like nothing fucking happened. And I'm always just like, ugh, I remember those days before our bodies were ravaged by drink. When we would fucking be able to bounce back. Not anymore. Not us, right, buddy? So he still gets up, he makes his fucking, whatever, and goes into work. I'll put a clip in here. Did you see his schedule on the refrigerator?
No, I missed that one.
He has a schedule on the refrigerator that's like, wake up, work out, cook breakfast, go to work, or go to work, come home from work, like dinner, bed, or whatever. And it's like all on his refrigerator. I'll put a still shot in here. I didn't notice that till this one. And also he's got Neil Armstrong and Racer X on his refrigerator. Shout out Speed Racer fans
Shout
out
out
there.
Speed Racer, dude.
So yeah, man. So when he's back at work again, it turns out that Paula is not there. So Jay is watching Dawn of the Dead.
Bitch, get out the room! Bitch, get out the room!
Shout out our Teen Wolf episode. And
I can't even quote a lot of the lines that he says, but dadgummit, it's so funny, man.
Bitch, get out the room!
Bitch, get out the room! Bitch, get out the room! Like, dude, so funny. But he has a heart-to-heart with him, and he's like, Andy's talking to Jay, and he's just like, do you think I'm an attractive guy? And he's like, this is hard for me to talk about because Jay makes a joke, and he's like, look at me. He's like, this is all premeditated. He's groomed himself. He's done all this. Like
the bald head,
he's like,
clean.
yeah, and he's like, see that Teen Wolf thing you got going right now? We just need to wax that right off. Which again, shout out to Teen Wolf episode.
Shout out to Teen Wolf episode. And the reason he's like that is because like that morning he tried, like he didn't tell any of his friends. He tried to contact a girl. Like after they told him, and he choked. When he heard her voice, he immediately hung up the phone because of his like self-conscious feelings about himself. So here he is, like trying to get encouragement from his friends because deep down, all they want to do is get him laid. But like he sort of has this thing for the girl that flirted with him and like gave him his number, man.
Yeah,
like,
man, he's into it. And love exists in this world, guys, and he's found it. So
I mean, and he was suave with her too. Like
I thought so too.
He did a good job, man.
But so after this, is this when we go to the? I'm going to go ahead and go into my detailed explanation of the chest waxing scene.
Yes, he is like his friend Jay convinces him. Yet another stupid escapade. Jay is just full of shit, man. Like nonstop,
dude. And he takes off his shirt, and he's hairier than George the Animal Steel. And
dude,
Oh, we're gonna need more wax.
I'm staying. This is gonna be good.
And clear all my appointments in the afternoon.
Do you remember Entertainment Tonight?
Yeah.
Is that still a thing?
Yeah, I don't know. We remember the song.
Yeah, I don't know if it still exists.
So I remember seeing like this scene on Entertainment Tonight. They were talking about
previewing it or whatever.
Yeah, because they were talking about we're shooting it live. I think they set up like 5 cameras in the room.
Live.
And so yeah, like they really waxed his chest here. And the girl doing the waxing was an actress. She was not an actual person that does wax.
And so let's get into Chris's play-by-play on the wax. Only 7 total waxes were actually real.
Nipple fuck!
You have the 2 up top, like 2 here, 1 in the middle, and I believe 2 at the bottom for the Mano Lantern smile.
Was that not all of them though? Like that's
so they cut where it's just his face. So they're not actually waxing on a lot of those shots. Those are just shot to get like make it appear or whatever. There's only like 7 of those. If you look, he's bleeding. I don't know if anybody's ever. I'm probably alone here on Be Kind Let's Ride that had anything waxed before. When I was wrestling, did a little back waxing.
I had my back waxed one time,
and it's not fun. And it will bleed for the first time. Usually, if you do that, if you can look. So I had my chest. I tried my chest one time, and it looked like that. So anyway,
cut in Deuce Bigelow over here with a
yeah. But so they actually, this was like Shadwick said, this is real. And Shadwick already told the Kelly Clarkson story or whatever. But like, when the lady was not a masseuse, so when she did the wax strip over his nipple, you're supposed to put like, I don't know if it's like
some kind of oil on it so it doesn't rip the nipple off. And luckily Apatow knew that and like stopped her before she pulled and was like, whoa, like, which I don't know how they. I thought she did it.
No, she did do it in the movie, but they put the oil and shit on it. Like, and so if they hadn't, then you're gonna probably rip your fucking nipple off. So
lost a huge layer of skin. Yeah. And one of my favorite parts is like, obviously we're gonna need more wax, cancel my appointments, but then
¿Cómo se llama?
She's the wax lady's like really apologetic, but then suddenly she turns evil and she's like,
"You're pussy."
And makes you laugh every single time. Dude.
That shirt that he has in the next scene, I never found any documentation, but I would be willing to bet 100% that's real. Because you bleed, dude. Like when you haven't ever had that shit waxed, those roots are deep. So that's blood
in the
like
scene,
on that shirt.
In the scene, you could see like her previous
spilled
wax
blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You could see you could see real blood like on his chest from getting the roots, deep roots ripped out from the hair.
So bad. But he did it for real. Like, Shadwick said it was real. There's Chris's fucking in-depth play-by-play on the chest waxing scene. And also
¿Cómo se llama?
Oh, Miko, you should burn in hell.
I'm sorry, I don't usually swear this much.
He's like, oh, fuck you. He like turned.
Cocksucker motherfucker!
Oh, dude. Fucking good shit, man.
And as funny as that is, like that scene, like kind of over the top funny, the next one just picks right back up and is like more cerebral, and it's just as funny to me. So like Cal is talking to Andy out in the parking lot. I think they like just loaded up.
Yeah, which they do a terrible job.
Something they dropped, right?
Yeah, they've dropped it. It's just fucking it up. Like
Andy's talking about how like nothing's been really working, and he's like, you know, I wasn't going to say anything, but like waxing your chest is like the gayest thing. and he tells him that, you know, it's like, look at me, I'm ugly as fuck by the traditional standards, but I get with women. Because I'm a novelist.
I like that he's like, then later on, he's just like, I'm not ugly as fuck, ugly as shit. It doesn't matter. Like, he's trying to tell him how to fucking get with people. And that novelist line is funny as shit, though. Like, I feel like Family Guy really leaned into that with Brian the dog. Like, that he's a writer, but he's always, you know, flaunting it or whatever.
Yeah.
But that shit is funny. And they do this thing where we get, you go to the store. I don't even remember what store is it. It's like fucking Books A Million or some shit.
It's a book.
Like
It's one of the big like chains like stores, and like one of my favorite scenes. And I know Shauna was quoted this in our one of our video game episodes. She's wearing, the girl that Cal wants Andy to hit on is wearing a thong.
Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth Banks, yes, and he is like. Andy, the character Andy has never seen a thong before, and he is like,
something wrong with her underpants.
Yeah, they're not in my mouth.
Which I believe I set Shadwick up for that line in our Streets of Rage episode.
You did. Yeah, you did set him up.
But we've used that line in public, so that was in one of my notes too. Like, we've used that fucking line in public. Also, when he tells him to go talk to her, just ask questions, don't say anything, and he has that fucking line, just think David Caruso and Jade.
I know exactly what you mean. Look, and I just want to point out, girls, bring back the low waisted jeans with the thick belts, please.
Yes. All three of you watching this, bring back.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Bring them back.
Spread the word, please.
Yeah. Spread everything.
Yeah.
Classic shit.
It's so Andy actually goes to hit on this girl, and it's the most ridiculous scene ever. And it only works because she's insane.
Right.
Like his whole just ask questions and don't give any information about.
You have your
yourself.
great line, which we've I don't know, I keep saying this over and over again, but I promise you this is our most quoted movie of all time. Do
you like to do it yourself?
Sometimes. I mean, if the mood strikes.
We've used so much of this shit, and so he hits on her.
Chris, I don't remember in what context, but you've even used Beth.
I'll tell you what context we covered. I forgot what movie it was. Yeah. Oh, it was Road Trip, and the girl's name was Beth.
Yeah, that's it.
We have it.
Yeah, Elizabeth was also Beth in Role Models too, right?
Yeah,
pretty sure she was. We cut
all one universe, guys.
Movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we cut a clip in with the Beth clip in one of our older episodes. So it's
I'm Beth.
I just want to say that Elizabeth Banks has never been hotter in anything she's ever done than this right here. And it's I don't know for you guys what it is. Is it like the ditzy, just slutty openness? Like what is it? It's just so attractive.
Like I thought she was hot. Yeah. No, I thought she was hot in this. Yeah. But I think like later on, seeing her like in interviews and shit, that she's so fucking funny and and so that made her hotter to me. And so now I put all that into context when I go back and watch young Elizabeth Banks, and she's like, oh wow,
bro,
like,
I think you're right with that too, because I felt the same way. It's like watching her act. You know, and like legitimately act, knowing she's been in multiple other things.
She's so good. She's so funny, so good, and she's like the cool chick too. So
it's like, it's the same with Julie Bowen. Like you ever see her like she's been on Fly on the Wall a couple of times because she used to date David Spade, and it's like just hearing her like riff just
dude,
off the cuff.
But I mean, again, then it's like just makes her even hotter.
Yeah,
you know.
I know, man.
So yeah, Elizabeth Banks definitely in that category. But
and this is where she's really funny.
Yeah, you have this. You know, we have her scene. Like it ends well, and he's like, "Seems I would have thought you were doing that forever." You know, like you have that ending to it. But then he's gonna call Trish for round 2.
Yeah, the second time he calls her, and this time
because the first time he just hung up, right?
He just hangs up. He can't even speak to her. This time he starts in, but it starts to go south, and he just starts to pretend to be a telemarketer.
Are you a telemarketer, James? I mean, you people are sick. Get a real fucking job, why don't you? Go shoot yourself in the fucking head.
Okay.
All right, I'll see you later, James.
Nice to talk to you.
Fuck your mother, okay? Bye-bye.
I was in tears this time.
Oh, dude, me too.
Which is pretty reminiscent of every time we get spam sent to our Meta account.
That's very true. It seems we've had a lot of those responses. I did say with all due respect on that last reply. So.
With all due respect.
That doesn't mean you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, it does in the Geneva Convention. But so he pusses out, and then his doorbell rings, and David's showing up.
Hey, man, got a big box of porn for you.
And one of the ones I use here is, he's got Boner Jams 03, and then the one I always use is like...
This is Everybody Loves Raymond. That's probably not supposed to be. This is a good show. I just tape it sometimes.
Look, I just want to point out, like, that one little line shows what a great actor Paul Rudd is, because he cuts himself off in mid-sentence. He's like, that's just a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like natural,
But that's what I mean. Like, that's what, when I said earlier in this episode, when I left the theater, I was like, how can I be that?
Yeah.
How can I be that fucking clever and that quick-witted? And the answer is I can't. But I tried really hard.
Dude.
And you get another one of my favorite ones here, where Andy's like, I don't really do that much. I'm out, masturbating, and Dave's like,
dude, I've jacked it twice since I've been here.
Shadwick has used that any single time we're at anything that's nerdy. If Shadwick is at anything nerdy, he's jacked it twice since he
said
got
it
here.
twice since he got there, dude. And then don't forget, in the big box of porn, there's the classics like School of Cock, Harry Twatter,
right?
Boner Jams 03, and of course.
Yeah, and he and Amy, he and Amy used to watch Harry Twatter together and act out the scenes as they were playing on the TV.
Yeah,
it's adorable.
Yeah, fucking bitch.
Every time there's a scene with David in it, there's this like angsty trauma dump like sentence or multiple sentences in it.
And Andy doesn't want it. And so, but then, and then David is like, no, Andy, I don't want your big box of porn, so all his neighbors can hear it. And he's like, not cool, man. He shuts the door. And so Andy's like, you know what? I'm going to try this. And I'll be goddamned if it isn't Miss Stormy Daniels on our TV in all of her glory, just getting railed.
Yeah. Y'all want to see Stormy Daniels naked and getting railed? 40-year-old version.
40-year-old version. There it is. I don't know
if it's, I
think it's in the unrated. I don't think it's in the rated one, but yep, there she is. Because I am
it.
you.
Yeah, it looks a lot like Heather Graham in that movie to me.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
And in fact, for a long time, I thought it was.
That's for calling me crap, fatty. God, she sucks, dude.
Just give her the fucking Oscar. So after that doesn't work out, he can't do that. But I do like that he attempts it, and he puts his parents' pictures, turns them around,
and even one of the figurines, like he turns it around.
And he's playing, was it Lionel Richie?
Hello. Shout out Peter Griffin when he first listened to that. He's like,
who hurt you?
You go to the next scene. They're at work again at Smart Tech. And is this is when you get the speed dating. So they brought Andy a shirt this time because they didn't want him to look like Curious George.
So terrible outfits.
So they're like, hey, go to lunch with us or whatever. And so what he doesn't know is
we brought you a shirt.
Yeah, there's a 1 minute, there's a speed dating where it's like you talk to somebody for a minute and go, and I'll be goddamn if the first lady that he talks to or he's trying to just ask questions isn't there to solve that Pam dilemma.
Okay, first of all, I needed someone to
Wait, shut your
work
mouth. Shut your mouth.
Are you fucking retarded? The hell's the matter with you?
There's a D on the end, it turns out, because that's the same actress. That was Pam from Step Brothers.
She's so funny. Yeah, he's trying to use Cal's advice on her.
It's not working.
He's like, ask how she is. She's like, I'm fine. He's like, you're fine then. And it's like keeps, whatever variation of that. She goes, what are you, fucking retarded?
She gets so mad.
She's like, do you want me to be retarded?
Her anger makes me laugh at that so much. She gets really fucking pissed off.
Then the side part of this is Andy freaking runs into Amy, which this is Mindy Kaling's first appearance, I do believe, in a movie. She was a writer originally on The Office, and then they found out she could act pretty well, so she started to slowly. Actually, I think Toby was a writer. A lot of those dudes. Ryan was a writer.
I think Ryan and Mindy wrote the most of it.
Yeah, and so like they've put themselves in there, which is pretty funny because they're good actors. But Mindy stole my heart in this with like just her speech pattern, how fast she talks and everything.
I moved. I changed my email address, my phone number. Okay, he's practically stalking me.
Well, I didn't know all that, so I'm sorry.
The big one for us, which I've used fucking forever, is Gina.
And you are Gina?
Gina. Hey, what's up?
Who shows up anytime someone, Lord forbid, anyone in our circles starts talking about someone named Gina, and I'm like, Gina.
You mean China?
What's up? So Gina is looking to jump back on that old pogo stick again.
She was a lesbian,
yes.
But now she's trying to like switch teams.
Which is good for me because that would be a simple sort of transition. You know what I'm saying? Maybe throw a little rouge on ya, tuck your sack back. You game?
No.
And if you guys are listening to us and you go and watch this, make sure you turn off the subtitles for this because you will miss Kimberly Page's massive tits.
You will. So that's DDP's first wife, Kimberly Page. Anybody that watched Nitro saw her as a valet, and you get to see. And I do like that.
There's our wrestling connection.
Yep, and I see Steve Carell, and he's like trying to keep his eyes up, and he's like trying not to look. He's like, and then she's just like bouncing around. Yeah, he keeps trying to close his shirt.
That's not how you handle that.
Chadwick's like, Shaddy need milk, mama.
It's probably because your boobs are huge.
Chadwick turns into Jonah Hill from Grandma's Boy.
I want to suck them.
So anyway,
the plot thing to do is to reach over and help put things back in place.
That is the
polite thing to do, and hopefully she's down.
Andy is not on that level, unfortunately.
No, he's not. And so the speed dating ends. You do have the Jay, of course, is doing the speed dating, even though he's got a girlfriend because he runs around on her or whatever. And that shit.
When I look into the eyes of the children and the parents, and they're smiling and saying, "Thank you, Dr. Montalban, you saved my child," it's worth it.
I died laughing.
God damn.
I laughed so hard, especially at after one of our most recent episodes, like Ricardo Montalban. The guy from Fantasy Island, aka Khan.
This whole speed dating thing, and what is it, like 2 minutes? And like,
dude, and I know Chadwick. Dude, one last thing, I know Chadwick's gonna give a shout out to Coming to America. Like it's the same kind of freaking thing from back then, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just that
good call.
Like, dude, multiple applicants. It's just rapid fire jokes, and it's never not funny anytime
it's so fast, and then it's over, and then you're like, you've laughed your ass off, and then you move on, and like you go to the next scene, and that's just I don't know.
But seeing his ex, Dave got fucking trashed. Yeah. So he's throwing his drink, he's throwing his cigarette out.
Yeah, and you have that shit where he's like walking out and he's mad and you're kind of focused on him, and then you just hear Cal be like,
"I'll tell you who's the hottest. You're gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm gonna tell you."
China. and so when they get back to work, David is just hammered. He's trying to show some dude a camcorder. The guy's not even there for a camcorder.
He's there for a phone.
He's like, you just tell me where phones would be.
Yeah. He's like giving head and the fucking thing.
Like, hey, you doing a lot of this?
But he's like shows his ass or whatever. And then so Andy gets forced to go out on the sales floor. And this is his introduction to actually like being a salesman. And it turns out like he's pretty fucking good at it. So because he knows his shit. But you do have after that, which is really fast too, at least in the rated version. Jay's girlfriend like runs up real quick with that speed dating card. Which is right after they're done with the speed dating. And so Jay's obviously lied and been like, oh, this is Andy's speed dating card.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And it's so fucking funny when she's like...
So you actually wrote that one girl looked like she was hurting for a squirting?
Yeah, I said that.
She was a hoe for show?
So you wrote, she is a hoe for show.
And she was a hoe. Faux show. Which is another line used 1,000 times by us. But that shit, dude, that's so, like, that back and forth is so funny. And he's like, then he starts getting attitude with her. And he's just like, bitch is running wild, man. You need to put your hoe on a leash. Okay, I can't let you talk to her like that, man. Come on. Dude,
Andy was covering for him obviously the entire time. Like he was pretending that was his card, and like he's trying to do like his boy Jay is solid because like Jay's a cheater, but hey, it's the bro code in this movie was like in full effect.
Well,
absolutely, he's trying to help his boy.
But Jay paid him back. Like, you know, he hooked him up with a prostitute.
He did.
You know what? Hiring a transvestite prostitute isn't helping me, man.
One of my favorite lines out of this movie, too, I think, which I've said 1,000 times, but I'm going to continue to say it, is...
Okay, well, how did you know that she was a man?
Because her hands were as big as Andre the Giant's. And she had an Adam's apple as big as her balls.
So you have no proof?
Yeah, and he's like yelling at him in this booth in Smart Tech. And so these other girls are watching him do it, and they're like, damn, he's so hot. Like,
yeah, Beth is back over there.
And so, like, it looks like he's really just fucking giving it to him or whatever.
She's like, he looks just like Luke Wilson. Her panties were like your basement.
Yeah. Dude, fucking
just flooded.
Someone help me.
Cal told him to just let it stew because like Andy was like, well, what do I do next? He was like, nothing. You just let the seed, let the seed like grow. Plant, and then it grows into a plant, and then you fuck the plant.
Sound advice. I mean, I don't know where that could have gone awry. But anyway, so now Andy is actually going to ask Trish out, but Cal and David are over at his house, and you get this completely improv lines here, which is great, which I have in my notes. This made me actually see something here where I was like, okay, because we've, again, 100 episodes. We're about to hit that 200 fucking, or that 2-year anniversary thing.
Coming in.
They're ad-libbing. They're going back and forth. And you can see Seth Rogen steps on Paul Rudd. Like when he's just like, you know, I know you're gay. And he's like waiting for him to be like, how? But he's like, you know how I know you're gay? And he's like, why? Because you're gay and you can spell your own? And he's like, you know how I know you're gay? He resets.
You know how I know that you're gay?
How? Because you're gay and you can tell who other gay people are?
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You like Coldplay.
Like he resets to like do the joke again. And I was like, that is us, me and Shadwick. A lot of times, like one of us will step on the other one and then like reset. And then like,
do you know that like this wasn't even supposed to be the conversation they were having? It was originally a bunch of ways Paul Rudd was talking about killing himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, because he's still in trauma from.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's talking about all these like outlandish ways to kill himself. And they are going back and forth. But like I think he said something about putting his head in the oven. And Seth Rogen's like, would your head fit in an oven?
Yeah.
Like,
no, I didn't know that.
But then like they just kind of organically started going into this, you know how I know you're gay.
Yeah.
And, and it was so much better, I guess.
One of the most iconic, like, back and forth, especially that it was ad-lib, too, in, like, all movie history. And, like I said, you can tell, like, when there's that little stutter, and then they get on the same page, and then they're just going to go back and forth. Fucking so good.
I can see it in their faces. Like, that's how I can always tell.
They're smirking, like, ready for the next line or whatever.
And the other time in the movie when I saw this was when Steve Carell was getting his chest waxed.
Yes, and they're smirking.
Yeah, y'all didn't mention it. They were
Paul Rudd.
Yeah, Paul Rudd was legitimately laughing like while it was happening. And it was not an act. It wasn't a character. Like he wasn't acting. He was just he was laughing at it happening.
He was laughing like he was at those poor villagers in Pompeii.
Talk about a river of ejaculate.
You get probably the one that I know for sure Shadwick has used more than anything is Annie comes in, hey, we're going to go on a date and she's going to pick me up from here. And Shadwick, go ahead.
Oh, drag, dude.
Shadwick is ready to text that at any fucking moment. Anything happens that like he just wants to fucking rain on your parade on. Drag, dude.
And this is the scene where like Paul Rudd's wearing this shirt.
Wearing that shirt, man. Yeah. So they tell him, hey, you don't want to like that you don't want to bring a girl over this house. How hard did they laugh at you when you went to go frame that Asia poster?
Like Paul Rudd's like, I know you're gay.
Yeah. Quit it with the gay.
We'll just have to move everything out here so it doesn't look like you live at Neverland Ranch.
Yeah. And so when she does pick him up, to their advice, he's removed everything because it's basically just like a fucking bachelor pad to the max.
It is
all the fun things.
Yeah.
Except for pussy.
Yeah. Ironically. Because it's on a pedestal, and it probably was in the corner on a pedestal.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. It's pussalia, right?
Pussalia, right? So
they try to make you think that you can't have both, but I can promise you, like the nerds that I've been around, you can indeed. You can indeed.
What do you mean the nerds you low around? The two guys you're on a podcast with right now, we all have our own like basements mine's full of water, but Shadwick's is full of cool shit too.
I started to say yours is full of water damage right now.
Yeah. That's why you hang everything on the wall, guys. As long as my Norm autograph is safe, we're good, man.
On a pedestal, dude. Don't put pussy on there. Put your autograph, Norm Macdonald.
That's right. So she comes to pick him up because she rides a bicycle, and so she has to come pick him up. They go to like Benihana, which is like I found out it's the same Benihana they used in The Office too for the later on.
Really?
Yeah, it was the same one.
Oh my God.
Where Michael falls in love with her?
Well, he falls in love again after he gets dumped.
She was the one.
He had to mark her because he couldn't tell them apart. Office for the win, man.
I've never been to a Benihana before. Have y'all been? Like,
No.
None in the South. Like,
I just assume that it smells like dirty dishware, like all the other hibachi places around here.
Same shit, yeah. Same shit, different toilet.
It's like great food, but just take it out because it
do you think if I flush my toilet, the water level in the basement would go? So he goes back to her place. They're at a fucking nice makeout sesh. She's gonna go, I guess, freshen up. I'm not really sure what she's going to the bathroom to do.
She's 100% gonna
and
pee.
so
she's got some feminine hygiene wipes.
And so
I appreciate that.
She's like, I got condoms in the drawer from like my husband, so I don't know how old they are.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Bullshit. Thank you, Shadwick. Thank you, Shadwick.
Yeah. There's condoms in the drawer. From when I was married, we didn't have sex very much. That's why there's so many of them.
Yeah.
Check the expiration date, man. Shut your dumb ass up. Do you
also,
do I smell a whore?
Yeah, bro.
Dude, so Andy did not go to, I believe it was a few episodes, maybe it was a Teen Wolf episode where Shadwick talked about his gym teacher or health teacher with the banana.
That was Teen Wolf.
Yeah. So he didn't take that class apparently, so he doesn't know how to put a condom on. But that shit.
Oh, wow! You gotta be kidding! Oh, I am Aquaman.
Trish's daughter busts in with her boyfriend. Like, who busts into their parents' like room or whatever? But she does.
Yeah,
and
that's weird.
Witnesses the entire scene, and like Chris said, it's played by Kat Denning. And I don't know what her boyfriend, the actor who played her boyfriend,
I
is
just
like.
assume that she has an extraordinary amount of back pain these days.
Her breasts, even in this, she was very young, much like Jonah Hill and some of the other actors in this. She has massive freaking boobies.
Dude, massive cans, and she
thanks for the memories.
Yep. And so she looks down on the floor and she's like, "Oh my God, how many times have you guys done it?" Like, and then
there's condoms everywhere.
And then so Andy's like, I'm gonna leave, so he's got to bounce with probably the worst case of blue balls. But I do love the boyfriend. She storms off. The boyfriend's like,
dude, teach me.
And he said it's a freaky shit.
I mean, who hasn't been there? Right?
Dude, this is like physical comedy gold for this whole thing. Like, it's just, I don't know how you come up with this scene to make it as funny as this was. This was like everything that could go wrong did go wrong, and then he's at home, and this is what I found out too. So this is in the unrated version. He calls a hotline because he had an erection that's lasted more than 3 hours. That's fucking Judd Apatow on the phone. I didn't know that. So yeah, he's doing the voice. Yeah,
he's doing an Indian.
He's doing an Indian voice.
Bangladeshi Indian.
So that's Judd
impression.
Apatow on the phone, and so they go back and forth with their take a match and strike.
rub the burning ash on your wrist, and we'll distract you. It's an ancient Indian like.
Like the first thing he's like, well, you could have sex. Like,
that's not an option.
That's not an option. Or whatever. Like, I don't know. You find out like he hasn't taken a Viagra, so the guy's like, what the fuck? Like,
you don't call the hotline unless you've taken a Viagra.
Your sign said or your ad said if you erections last for more than 3 hours to call. I don't know that whole part. It sucks that it got cut out of the theater movie, the theater version. That's funny as shit, man.
It's funny because like it sort of ties off the very beginning when he wakes up and he has a boner. It's like he's just so hard up for sexual intercourse, but like he's not willing to really compromise his morals because of it.
Put it on a pedestal. We've already been over this.
He did. He put it on a pedestal, so he's simply just not willing to to settle for less.
This is what I mean though with this movie, right? So like we're like I don't know what's going to happen on editing, but we're like 2 hours into talking about this movie, and we're not that far through. But the next part of this movie flies.
Yeah.
It's like the first part of this movie, 60 minutes is basically a 2 hour movie.
Yeah.
Like there's so much content in that first 60 minutes.
Yeah.
And then when you finally get to him dating or whatever, dude, it's like it goes zip and it's done.
Yeah.
Like,
there's so much extra things you could tell. I feel like they didn't want to cut. And I feel like you could have cut more, but there's stuff we've left out. There's scenes and lines. We only talked about Mooj in the very beginning, dude. He has had at least to this point, at least like 3 scenes are all funny.
So they go out on so now they're gonna have a second date. So he's going to admit that he's a virgin. And
he's on the cusp of telling her. He's trying to tell her.
She basically gets on this thing about like guys wanting one thing or some shit like that, like, you know, waiting or something. And then he's like, okay, well, we'll take things slowly.
Have you guys ever told a girl that you need to express your love physically?
No.
Liars.
Chadwick's like, I'm like, Chadwick, when's the last time you done that? And you're like, what time is it?
Bro, she does tell him that because of, I think she realized when her daughter broke in, she had to come clean about having not 1, not 2, but 3 children. And
one of them has a kid.
Yeah.
And so she's actually a grandma, like, believe it or not.
So she's a grandma.
They end up agreeing on the 20 dates. So he goes home. They're still making out or whatever.
Yeah, no sex.
So after the date's over, he's saved face, probably went home with, I don't even know. I guess the blue balls continue to get bluer. And I think they would make a children's show called Bluey about him. But then he's back at Smart Tech where he's now made floor manager. Floor manager. And so he's now a floor manager. Mooj is pissed off, and then
the bullshit of our bullshit.
I do believe he gets sexually assaulted again by Paula, sexually harasses. Yeah. And then you get fucking a Kevin Hart sighting that was very tiny in the theater version, but in the uncut version, we're fucking gold.
Now you're being condescending. See, you've been warned, all right? Let's move forward amicably.
Okay, well, check this out, though. First of all, you throwing too many big words at me. Okay, now, because I don't understand them, I'm going to take them as disrespect.
Where was he in his comedic journey at this point in time? He was not the Kevin Hart we know.
No, he wasn't, but he was on his way up. But he'd been in some movies.
I mean, I think he was still like in New York, like doing stand up with like Big J. Okerson
but another line stolen from this movie is you're using a lot of big words that I don't understand, and I'm going to take that as disrespect that I've used a lot in my life.
Kevin Hart is probably, this to me is still one of like one of his top performances. It is really funny.
Dude,
it's
when he
really
looks
funny.
around.
Because he's better in small doses.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And he's like, looks and he's like, both of y'all about to get clapped up.
Yeah, he's like loading the clips.
Yeah, I do. It don't fucking matter.
It don't fucking matter.
Aim high, Willis. Aim high.
You know what? So that line works. It's hilarious. But shouldn't it be Arnold? Because Arnold was a small one. Willis was
it should be Arnold. It should be Arnold, but like
I don't think it's as recognizable though.
It wouldn't make sense because that's what what you're talking about. Willis is the line, right? And so he had to. Yeah, you are correct.
That probably should. That's just a good line.
You're deep. You were deep in Shadow right now. I need you to come out of the deep end right now. Yeah, well done.
Love it.
Damn.
Well done, man. So that one is just. Then he finds out like that fucking Jay's wife found him. You know, he got busted cheating on her because he fell asleep with a condom on, then got up in the morning, the shower to bang her too. Like, what a sex drive this guy's had? What is his name? Shadwick?
Yeah. He's crying.
Listen, when he's crying and he's like telling him what happened, this one little line fucking cracks me up. He goes,
"You okay? I'm cold. It's gonna be all right, man."
Dude.
It's funny because it's not only fun. It's fun. That line's funny because like he's been such a hard ass. And he's been like Andy's like Poon Yoda since this thing began. This unshakable guy. Like now he's crying and like huddling, and he's just like it's
because I'm insecure.
Yeah,
yeah, dude. He's admitting all of his like insecurities and all of these guys that were his friends, right? Like advising him to just get some pussy, which everybody has friends that way. Like it's suddenly not working out for any of them.
Right.
Like you could really see how that sort of
everything's
attitude
working. Yeah, and everything's working out for Andy.
Yeah, it's going well for Andy.
Dating,
being
and they had this montage, which I know, Leaf. I wanted to throw the story in here. We have this montage of all of his dates. Before that, he calls Cal to let her know that that she's a grandma, and I did want to throw this in there.
Fuck her while she watches Murder, She Wrote. She would probably find that very erotic.
I couldn't skip that without throwing that in there. But anyway, they do this whole fucking montage to
fuck her on her plastic covered couch.
Fuck her while she mails you a check for $5 on your
for
birthday.
$12. Write you a check.
It's the Greatest American Hero theme song. And I remember vividly, when me and Leaf were living together, and he had Netflix back when Netflix was still the DVD place, but they just started streaming. And one of the only things streaming on there was the Greatest American Hero.
Yeah, the real American Hero.
So I was fucking damn near blackout drunk at his house, and I was just playing the opening theme song to hear the song. Believe it or not, you're walking on air.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air.
That's what I always think of now.
I had that on an 8-track tape when I was a kid.
Oh, shit.
Dude. Actually, the old school. That theme song is so good, dude.
Dude, so much better than the show.
Way better.
But apparently when I was a little kid, I had a Greatest American Hero T-shirt.
Really?
And I would, fly around the house and then crash whenever I got to where I want to go.
Dude, I remember that song like very much so from my childhood. I don't remember shit about the show. We tried to watch an episode or two, and then it just devolved to me being so drunk that my attention span was in nanoseconds, and I just went to the next episode so the theme song would play again.
And the show sucks. The show sucks.
It's pretty bad.
But they do a whole montage of him like fucking dating or whatever. You do have your classic. I don't know why this has to be in so many comedies, but it makes me laugh every time.
The tandem bike.
The bicycle crash. The bicycle crash is always funny. I don't know why, but it is like the ass over tea kettle.
This is a throwaway for this too. Like,
the best example of that is not a bicycle, but Pee-wee when he gets on that motorcycle and runs like straight into the sign.
Yes, that's funny as shit, man. So Andy tells Trish
He was already
after
dead at that point anyway.
the multiple dates, everything's going good. You know, he's going to get to 20, and he's talking about opening his own, you know, electronic store, right, or whatever. And
Yeah,
so
it's his dream.
So
Like,
she's saying, "Hey, you can. These collectibles are worth like all this money. You could sell them." And he's like, "Okay, cool. Like we can raise the money." And then this scene with Marla is fucking nails on a chalkboard to me. Like when she's
screaming.
God damn. In the bathroom.
Yeah.
And she's like, every time he says anything, even they do have a line in there where they make fun of that, where she's like, I only heard past blah, 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 or before blah, blah, blah. I didn't understand any of the rest of that. Like she's screaming so loud.
Yeah.
They do the back and forth. And then Andy's like, basically he'll take her to the health clinic to learn more. And then I think the health clinic's where she can get birth control shit too.
Yeah.
So they're going to go talk, which I found out too, going back and watching now with today's eyes, I realize the lady heading this up is Steve Carell's actual wife in real life.
Yeah.
That's doing the whole sexual orientation thing.
Yeah. She was the realtor on The Office.
And so it turns out.
Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it?
Is that a serious question?
No, it wasn't.
He has some questions.
Is that
Steve
a serious
Carell-
question? No. but so I do like that he's looking at the fucking vagina thing. He has the funny, again, it's like the chair I talked about earlier. It's just like the derp, like, oop, like it fumbles and falls apart, and it's this weird silence.
He's trying to put it back together, and he's holding it like a phone. Like he's holding it with his shoulder.
Oh, dude. So you have, I believe in this one, you have our fucking boy David Koechner in there. Always.
Bro.
Koechner's amazing. Then you have fucking Jonesy from Reno 911 in there.
Yes. Just some classic comedians in multiple shows. If y'all have ever watched these.
They're going around robbing like one of, like they're all acting like, they're not virgins and they've all gotten laid or whatever. And so she admits
when one Jewish dad's like, Seth, you have a tiny penis.
Yeah. They ask like, hey, if you that is anyone in here virgin? So Marla raises her hand, and then Andy raises his hand. So he's like, hey, I'm a virgin too. And everybody laughs and they're like, oh, I'm a virgin too. And then so it's kind of embarrassing, whatever. They leave. And then she realizes when she's driving him home, like he's like, I was just joking. She's like, no, you weren't. And so everything makes sense now. Like, oh, I get it. You actually
all makes sense now.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're a virgin.
He's outed. She asked him, he's like, when are you going to tell my mom? And he's just like, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
It's just like that. It's the big bugaboo that he can't really get. He can't really get around it. Like so far, I mean, it's just been this, albatross hanging over his head.
Right.
And now even, his girlfriend's daughter knows. And I mean, shout out to Steve Carell's character, Andy, here for taking care of a girl who's like a teenage girl who's not his daughter, like taking her to the clinic and trying to, even though there was some selfishness involved where he's trying to learn more about the female vagina.
He's doing, you can win twice. You can be nice and then have a little extra on the back end. So
it's complicated.
It's medicinal.
Yeah, it is. So you do find out too, like back at the store, you do find out Jay's going to be a dad. So everything's kind of rectified itself there, because if one thing I've found out in relationships, if you get pregnant and have a kid, it fixes all your problems.
Look at his dick. That's not even 4 months. Extrapolate that.
Mood, she's like, when your son is born, is he already on parole?
Yes, they have great back and forth. But so unfortunately for Andy, dude, 20 has fucking struck on the clock and he has still not said anything. And so Trish is throwing herself at him.
They call her Trish the Dish.
No one calls her that.
What do I have to do for you to have sex with me? Do you want me to dress up like Thor? I'll dress up like Thor. I'll dress up like Iron Man.
And so then he's like, you're trying to change me. Like, you want me to do all this stuff.
He has a complete meltdown.
Because he still hadn't told her. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It's the fact that he's still embarrassed. Like, so
he's embarrassed too, but like there is a portion of him, I think, that is scared. Like, I think that he does want to let a lot of this go and move to the next phase of his life, but he's terrified. He's absolutely scared because, like, these toys were sort of like his little security blanket, and he's moving into the section where he has a potential girlfriend, and he's going to give up all of his daughters, a whole life that he is scared to have, and he has to give up, like, his past, and he doesn't want to do that. And when he's forced to confront that. Yeah, he's forced to confront that inevitability, like most men, you know, who are, you know, sort of like man children. It's a difficult, like, to pull the trigger, and so he has an absolute meltdown, and she throws him out of the apartment, and they have a huge tiff, a big fight.
And this is where I do find we've been there on this. So Jay's having a baby shower. And you do have that. That's where you get that parole joke Shadwick said earlier, back and forth. But
yeah,
like
Jay's girlfriend is pregnant. If we have
Andy shows up to the baby shower, and seeing someone this innocent get fucking annihilated drunk, and we've had friends like that before, and like, you know, they're in pain, and there's like nothing you can really do for them. Like, this scene makes me uncomfortable as fuck watching it now, just from real life experience, to be like, it's like they're hurting and they don't know how to fix it, right?
Yeah.
So like, that's what he is. He's like,
there's some secondhand embarrassment in a lot of Andy's lines for me, but this one hurts me too, because I've seen a lot, like you've said, we've seen a lot of our friends in dire straits.
It's been us. I mean, it's been us before. Like,
it has
you know,
been us, and we're slaughtered, you know, drunk, and it's just like, because you know, and we're saying a lot of nonsense. You just kind of got to like sit there and listen to it, man.
I may or may not have gotten you guys to drink a Four Horsemen with me one time.
It's true. But I mean, that's what I mean. Is like, you try to be like, I don't know. I see a lot of personal experience in this scene. And so it's uncomfortable. There's some fun lines in here that we said early on in the episode. Like,
hey, motherfucker.
But he meets up
I need some poon.
Yeah, and that's the stuff too. Like, those lines right there are the ones where I'm like, it's like, it's the fucking warning, you know, siren going on. I'm just like, And so he runs into Beth. And so she is DTF, to say the absolute least. And so he's going to he goes to her apartment, which they're playing TLC. Shout out TLC. This is a banger song, by the way. If you want to do some love making. But anyway, so she's
what's the name of that song?
I Do the Sex.
It's a Red Light Special, I think. But anyway, so she's in there, which, by the way, I did see an outtake where because she goes to the bathtub and she's gonna warm up for Andy, and in there, like in the outtake, she's like, "What is this supposed to do for me?" Because the water pressure's so low. She's like, "This can't get anyone going." Like, are you serious? Like, so like, and at that point, I fell in love with Elizabeth Banks. But so what's funny as shit is he's like starting to second guess himself. He's still drunk, but he's got some clarity, some sober clarity coming in. And he's like, I'm just going to bounce. And then all three of his friends are in this bitch's apartment.
God, what are you doing here?
Because Jay banged her and has a key to her apartment. So
You notice that rug that's in her bathroom? It looks like a bunch of dildos. When Cal walks in there, like, you can't even see his feet. Like,
yeah, dude.
So she is an absolute freak, dude, and that's sort of the idea. Is just, and like,
so they say, don't do this. Like, go home. Like, we're wrong. Like, you don't just need to get laid. Like, you're in love. Blah blah blah. And so everybody starts to take off except for Cal, who like looks around. And I love that scene too. Like, when he walks up and he's just like, Cal. He just like takes off his leg, and then they like bounce. And so when he gets back to his house, he's still hammered. And I'll be damned if Trish hasn't found his big box of porn, Andy.
Right, because her daughter told her, listen, you love this guy, go make up with him. And so she drives over to his apartment to try to like make amends, which she has a key to. And she finds the big box of porn and the plastic vagina,
and then she thinks he's like a serial killer, and she's like, they didn't put carpet in here, because he said, hey, they're putting carpet over the hardwood. And so like all these lies, she's been lied to. All these lies are coming up. So she's freaking out. She thinks he's a serial killer. She makes a break for it, and then you get your montage, which I thought was a fun tie-in to the Asia poster. You have the Asia song "Heat of the Moment" playing while he's doing all this. And the end of this movie, you know, I'll just blur through this because we've been going pretty long. But he wrecks on the bike. He falls through, you know, a double-sided fucking eruption.
Gets
there were two sides to that billboard.
Yeah,
gets
and
gravely injured.
They hurt equally, and so he lands. Whatever. She forgives him. They get back together. They have their wedding. And then
he admits he's a virgin to her finally after all this time.
So he admits he's a virgin. She's like, okay, you know, it all makes sense now.
And, there's something like so like, I don't know, reaffirming like in her voice when she's like,
That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I know. It really is. And it ties it all together. So now they're going to get married. They get married. They go to, you know, you do have the fun hotel room scene where the guy's like, I'm buffing, like it'll be a couple hours. You can wait in the lobby. He's like,
dude, get the fuck out of here.
They bang. You have your 1 minute sex scene, and then he reloads, and then he can bang for 2 hours, which is probably the only unrealistic thing about this movie.
Hey, I just assume he had Cialis or he finally took the penis pill. That's what I assume.
To reload that quick past 40, Chadwick's like, well, you know, look, you have help.
Not all of us have the testosterone of fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger at like 45 years old.
No. So then you have the Age of Aquarius. Fucking weird scene. I don't even know this is here. I'm sure this is a parody of something. I have no fucking idea.
Gary Shandling.
Is that who did this?
He said he suggested it because it was supposed to be like showing his mental state after like all that pent up sexual frustration for his whole life, just like erupts into this song.
That makes sense because I know they had a hard time putting a bow on it, like writing an ending for this. But so
I did not like that part of it.
I didn't either. I was just like, whatever. It ends. It's funny. You have shirtless people running around. Apparently, Jonah Hill almost had a heat stroke on this. Apparently at the wedding or something.
Sort of like burqa. He's wearing a full length, like it's so weird.
I read.
You know what? I never even noticed he was in that.
Yeah, I don't know how confirmed that is or not, but I read that he almost had heat stroke and had to be like taken off set or some shit. Who fucking knows? Anyway, the movie ends and fucking hello bows put on everything. If you haven't noticed, on our 100th episode, this is probably collectively one of our favorite comedies of all time.
Yeah.
This is one that we have quoted far more than any other fucking movie. Like, I can't go through watching. I think that's what makes this movie so much fun watching it again.
Yeah.
Is I remember times that all three of us have fucking pulled these out. Like,
I want to say that we haven't done this yet. We've always talked about it on the podcast privately to maybe make a list of movies that for us are must-sees if you want to get a lot of our vernacular. I nominate this one for the first one if we're going to do that. If you want to, you need to watch this if you want to get like a lot of our personal jokes and quotes. You'll find your own. I promise you. I promise you will. You and your friends, if you sit down and watch this, you will find your own quotes. If you haven't watched The 40-Year-Old Virgin, you must see it.
Absolutely.
And this movie was the catalyst. Like it set off. It was like the starting point for you got Superbad, for Get Into Sarah Marshall.
Yes.
Get Into the Greek. Role models.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, yes, Jonah Hill. Like this is like one of his first performances before Superbad, and all of these other things that he like Wolf of Wall Street, which he went on to do, which is we quote to this very day. Like this is one of his like first performances. Like this is
he got to do a movie with fucking Eddie Murphy.
Yes, that's crazy. All right, guys. So from 40-Year-Old Virgin, what is your favorite quote? I'll go first.
Nothing against him, but if I hear Yamo be there one more time, I'm going to Yamo burn this place to the ground.
Leaf.
Dude, my favorite quote is not an actual line. It's when Steve Carell's character is talking to Elizabeth Banks and they're flirting back and forth and she starts laughing and he does this psychotic laugh. Every single time it makes me cry laughing because it's so disingenuous. Dude, it is flawless. That is my favorite like moment in the film is where he's just acting like a psychopath.
Chadwick.
I mean, we hit so many good ones that I had written down. One that always makes me laugh though, when he's talking with Cal out in the parking lot.
Oh, do me, yo-yo master. I want you to do me because you're the yo-yo guy.
I'll do another one.
You know how I know that you're gay? Oh. You have a rainbow bumper sticker on your car that says, I love it when balls are in my face.
That's gay? That's my favorite part is that's gay?
When Trish is going through his stuff and she goes, what is this? Is this your date rape drug? And he's like,
it's a Mentos. They're the fresh maker.
The other one is
bag of sand.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd. I just have a bunch of Paul Rudd lines.
There's so many good Paul Rudd.
Let's get some fucking French toast.
I'm gonna say that one too, dude.
And I already said it earlier in the episode, but
because her hands were as big as Andre the Giant's. And she had an Adam's apple as big as her balls.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bring us home, Chadwick. Get us one good one.
Hope you have a big trunk, because I'm putting my bike in it.
And with that, guys, that'll take us over to our Norm Macdonald clip of the week.
To illustrate the point that their client is running out of money to defend himself, O.J. Simpson's lawyer said this week that if he had to do it over again, after killing his victims, O.J. would now rob them as well.